Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Northernlion Live Super Show, the Wednesday, May 23rd, 2018 edition. As always, I'm your host, Northernlion, journalist, team co-host, Rock Lee Smile.
Hello, everybody. I guess we're doing kind of calm, relaxed intro today. It's nice to see you again. Welcome to the Wednesday show. Who else is here?
1 second. Can you continue talking in that?
I can continue talking in this voice for as long as you want.
I need it for a bit for a second, okay?
I'm trying out my audition for NPR. I think that's where I'm possibly headed. I'm going to talk about some liberal news media, and maybe we can get into wolves with erections later. I think that might be good for our presence of being, our energy levels, our state of mind, our karma police. He's not coming back, so I guess I'm just going to keep talking. I assume there's probably some sound effects going on or something like this. I don't know. We got Rob here, and we've also got Austin. I guess I'll just take the show away at this point, because I think I'm the actual host now. We're going to be playing Mount Your Friends 3D Tower Unite Golf and Quiplash today. Welcome to NPR. I'm done. Now it's just going to be dead air. That's on you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was playing the Thunderstruck intro in the background while you did your little calm voice thing, and I thought it was extremely good.
I don't think they use a banjo in that song, Rob.
Well, the definitive version does.
Yeah. Dude, I would absolutely watch a banjo cover of Thunderstruck. That sounds amazing.
Dude, wouldn't that cut the shit out of your fingers? Like, wouldn't you
have that, don't
Probably,
they use the pick things. You have
The
little like
finger claws.
Yeah, when you play banjo.
Right,
Yeah, but like you gotta pick pretty fast in order to handle Thunderstruck. Like that intro is like 10
Have you ever
notes
heard of a
second.
hammer-on?
Or a pull-off? A hopo?
Look, okay, we're gonna play Mount Your Friends 3D, and then we're gonna play Tower Unite Golf, and then we're gonna play, what's the final? We're gonna play a little bit of the Quip-lash. Let's do that.
Lash.
And if you'll give me a moment, I'm gonna set up my screen region, and then
I should do that too.
you don't pluck every note on a banjo. I thought the whole thing about a banjo was that you had to pluck every note.
Yeah, do you
do that.
strum on a banjo?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like you don't usually like do it.
Huh.
You guys never heard a banjo before?
I've heard of banjo, just never played it. Okay.
Well,
Banjos are always played incredibly quickly. Is
The
thing.
most famous song for banjos is ding 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 ding.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
are all plucked notes.
Isn't there? Wait, I think there is, weirdly enough, like a Thunderstruck cover with like an old hillbilly band. Like, and it was on Reddit at one point. I'll do the Robert. I'll take the bullet.
Can you find me in the lobby, please?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget how to do
Find-
that. Hold on.
Find by password?
Find
Find friends?
Find friends.
Play
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Oh no, not play
There
on.
he is.
Find friends. Found my friends.
It's really not that hard, and every time I'm confused by it.
Apparently, a banjo cover of Thunderstruck has 56 million views.
Yeah, no,
That's a
there's a
lot,
big one.
yeah.
I thought so.
Huh.
Hey, BMO. That's cute.
I don't respect folk music covers of good songs.
Why?
Because
And let's be honest, you don't think Thunderstruck's a good song.
I don't think it's a good song, but I think
Yeah.
it's a killer pump-up song. Like, if you're at a stadium and the players come out to Thunderstruck's intro, you're like, oh, hell yeah. This is
What
gonna be a
about
good game.
Zombie Nation?
That one in 1993, I would be pretty pumped for that.
Does Johnny Cash's Hurt count?
That would be like, oh my god, they're gonna execute somebody.
Yeah, I would love to hear Hurt at an NFL stadium.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like a PowerPoint slideshow of
just play it at the beginning.
CTE sufferers just
mean,
plays on the jumbotron.
Just play it
After
at the
today's
beginning of every
ruling, I wouldn't
Browns
be
game.
surprised if they started.
Give me some In the Arms of an Angel done in folk music.
God, I love when the libs get BTFO'd like they did today. God bless the NFL owners.
Papa bless.
Full stop.
Well, you know, the libs retaliated and they threw water in Tommy Lauren's face. So I mean,
Was he
this is all
dehydrated?
bad. Yeah,
Trying
to help out.
Yeah,
It's a lady.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, like, it has a ladies.
You know, she's
was-
a lady.
What was the name of the person?
Tommy Lauren.
You Albert Einstein?
I
believe?
assume Tommy being Tommy, sorry.
I thought it was Tommy.
Might be.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't watch Fox News.
I try not to watch American media because it makes me very upset.
That's fair.
I've been watching that Doomsday Prepper show. I don't know if you guys have seen any of it since it was recommended, but yeah, no, wow. The time in every episode of Doomsday Preppers, the formula is just like it's gonna be less than 45 seconds until they like pray for their neighbors to not prep so they can murder them in the apocalypse.
Oh my god, really?
It always starts with like, yeah, I'm doing push-ups, so I'm gonna be physically fit when it happens, and I got all these bottles of water, and if anybody comes to my door, I'm gonna kill them, and it's gonna be awesome. It's always the subtext is like, man, I can't wait till that damn solar flare comes and I can legally murder my neighbor. I mean, self-defense.
In fairness, when people fantasize about the zombie apocalypse, they're fantasizing about like, well, I mean, I get to kill indiscriminately and no one can judge me because they're zombies.
Did any of them go full Borderlands and shave their head into a mohawk and start saying like, skin the flesh, salt the wound?
They're usually like, they're usually old, and this is probably the meanest thing I've ever said on this show, but I'm gonna say it anyway, just to get it out there.
I'm gonna doubt that, yeah, but go on.
On every single of the Doomsday Preppers, with like one exception, they own like an arsenal, like a small malicious amount of guns, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's.
And they're like, it's important to be able to defend yourself in the apocalypse, and they're all like morbidly obese. And I'm like, if you really think that the apocalypse is happening, you should start working on the cardio to a greater extent than you're doing right now.
Did you see that video of this like Southern mother who's like, I'm taking back my child.
Oh God.
I'm taking back my parenting from social media. I declare that it is toxic and evil. And then she pumps a shotgun and shoots their phone.
Whoa! What? That's an escalation.
And then, but the best part about the video is that the kids are in the background. They're just like, yeah, we don't give a shit. Fucking shoot it, you idiot. She's just yelling. Oh, it's so good.
It never went that far.
Yeah. She got her, subsequently, she got her kids taken away from her, not because of that.
Of course not.
But because she put a bunch of it
during the national anthem.
No, she decided that the bed was also an issue, so she took their beds outside.
The bed.
Filled them with explosives and blew them up.
What the fuck?
Where did you hear about this?
It's like a video. I think she posted on Twitter is where the videos are from.
How ironic, you know?
Yeah. I know.
Dude, the Doomsday Prepper show was great because there was this dude, he lived in Florida, and he was very concerned that in 2012 there would be a complete polar shift and Florida would end up going north, like continental drift-wise.
Yeah.
And then instead of endless muggy summers, they'd have to deal with temperatures in like the 30s, which would be apocalyptic. So they moved to the mountains of Tennessee. And as they were moving, the mom was talking to the daughter, and she's like, hey, so do you still not want to move at all? The daughter's like 15. She's like, no, I don't want to move. Like, why not? Well, you know, all my friends are here, like my life's here and all that. And like, I really don't think this polar shift thing is going to happen. And then the mom was like, well, if the polar shift does happen, won't you be glad you're living in Tennessee?
Yeah, you didn't think of that.
Pascal's wager.
To the kid's credit, she was like, you got me. Very sarcastically, you're right. If this incredibly improbable event happens, then I will be happy to be living in Tennessee. But if it doesn't, which spoilers, I don't know if you guys have lived through 2012 yet, but the poles of the earth did not reverse. I imagine, I hope she's moved out by now. She would be like 19, 20. Get out of there.
My understanding of the polar shift was not that it was going to reverse the climate, but that it was going to basically disable all electronic devices. Have you heard that?
It does a lot of things. You know,
yeah,
according
it's
to people.
some like confluence of like an EMP and the grid will go down, and then like, you know, the sewers will stop working, which will lead to a global pandemic.
Why did the sewers stop?
You know, it makes me wonder too, like how people get to that point of
know how
believing things. No. You think she does? But like, based on her previous opinions. But like the reason I ask is like, I remember when I was a kid, you know, there's the Y2K thing, right?
I'm still reeling from that.
And I remember at that time, you know, my parents would watch the news and stuff, and I would also see the news be cut through them.
Yeah.
And people were freaking out about it at the time. And I remember thinking, and you know, I'm like 9 years old at the time. It's like, these people are fucking stupid.
Well, I don't know. I was freaked out. I was 12, but
look
like,
at this.
I didn't think planes were gonna fall out of the sky or anything like that. But I expected the power to go out.
Yeah, I mean,
can I fuck with you? There's still there's a looming Y2K.
Oh no.
It's and I'm gonna not DAE you, okay? But there is a DAE thing. Basically, like in so many programs, time is defined as like the number of picoseconds
P, or P equals NP or some shit.
That's
right?
I don't. That's something different. I think. Like if
No
that
problem.
one gets solved, it's like no passwords on Earth will ever protect you ever again. This one is like there. Eventually, there's going to be enough milliseconds since 1970 that it'll overflow the maximum size of a number that you can have in a 32-bit integer or something like that. And people are like, well, I mean, when that happens, like, we'll probably be fine. But anybody still using old-ass computer systems, like, you know, the American military's nuclear arsenal might be in trouble. But anyway.
Yeah. Huh.
We should call it Salt the Earth when all the passwords end, because salt is like an encryption thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, Unix time. You get it.
My time?
So what happens if that fucks up? Do planes drop out of the sky? And
I don't know. Like, I would probably like try not to use an ATM exactly at like 12:00 when that happens. But who knows? Maybe it would just spit out like $1 trillion.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It might just spit out $1 trillion.
I'm sure they let you keep that.
This is all under like the idea that nothing would be done about it, though, right? Like, won't people be like, oh, let's just like fix this, and then it won't happen?
Yeah, well, couldn't they just like hit the checkbox in Unity, reset time?
You tell me. You're the one learning Unity.
Look, it's not that.
My chat's got a good point. When's Y2 gay? That's what I want to know.
Oh. I'll tell you after the colonoscopy how it went and if I'm immediately gay. I'm trying to think of like what the first urge I'm gonna get is gonna be, so I'm excited to see. But,
I think that if you are any person who enjoys a penis inside of some sort of extremity, you wouldn't want that penis to be 5 feet long.
Why? Five?
Well,
only
if you're
5?
A size king.
Well,
if you're a size king, then you might be interested.
Right, but 5 feet though would like murder.
If it doesn't penetrate the interior of my stomach, I'm not interested.
Dude, I would be so pissed if something actually turns me gay. Not because there's anything wrong with being gay, but because I've built a very straight life, and it would be just completely upended. If I just walked outside and I got hit by like a beam of gay radiation, yeah, exactly. I'd be like, oh man, like totally, my life is gonna be in upheaval.
But I really like the idea though that like there's a gay Ray that shoots you and turns you gay, but there's also just a person named Ray who's
it's Ray
very
Romano.
gay.
Gay Ray.
And he just really, he's that gay, you know, he just emanates.
Really, he's that handsome.
It's like hypnosis. That's incredible. Anyway, I'll let you guys know when it happens how I end up.
Yeah.
And like, because that could happen to any of you guys. You might have to make preparations ahead of time, and you might want to tell Kate and all, like, you know, we're getting ready.
Well, Lynn's gonna be there with you, right? So, you know, a good way to avert that is just have Lynn in the room with you, and you could just hold on to her boobs while.
I don't think she's gonna let me do that.
Or she could pilot.
I don't think the doctor's gonna let you do that.
She could pilot the colonscope. Is that what it is?
She can pilot it?
Well,
I don't think she can do that either.
If she pilots it, it's straight because there's a lady piloting it. So
oh, then it's just pegging. It's like super deep pegging.
So there's nothing wrong with pegging, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, it's your turn, Austin.
Fuck, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Let her pilot your Franks. I had a funny thing happen to me today when I went to Walmart. So we needed to grab something, and in the parking lot on the way to walking in, an older gentleman who was in one of those scooters, he stopped me and he was like, "Hey, would you mind bringing this back in for me?" And I was like, "You know what? Let's do this." So I went and did it.
I was really hoping that was gonna be like, you know what?
Go fuck yourself.
Man. Yeah.
No.
I mean,
so
I would have said no legitimately.
Well, that's what Lynn said too. She said like I probably wouldn't have done that. But anyway, I drove the little scooter through the parking lot and into the store. It was weird.
Oh, he didn't give you like a bag of stuff and say bring it back.
No. He gave me his scooter, his mobility scooter, and he said, "Can you bring this in the store for me?"
Okay, I probably would have done
So
that.
I just took a little ride through the parking lot.
I thought he gave you like a DVD or something.
No,
and was
no.
Like, can you return this?
I mean,
for
that's
me?
I'd probably have done that too. It's not that big a deal. But
I would absolutely do that.
it was my
too.
first time riding in that little scooter, and it was actually pretty fun.
You rode in it.
I was the driver of the scooter. It's what you do. How was I supposed to get it there without driving it?
I don't know. Does it have a
Actually,
neutral?
What happens? And this is a real
It
question.
doesn't have a neutral.
What happens if you need a mobility scooter? How do you get it in the first place, like from the store, if you didn't bring your own?
Oh, that's actually a great question. You might have to have somebody
like,
go in and get it out for you.
Go to the parking lot, make a call from your cell phone, and be like, I'm parked in like a
Yeah,
Toyota
that's-
Tacoma in spot D74, and they just drive one out to you?
That's a legit question. I don't know. Maybe the employees will bring it out.
If I had to guess, I would say you probably get it delivered, right? I mean,
I don't know. Honestly. Did you know there's a new, well, it's not new, I guess, but there's a newish startup straight out of the golden brains of Silicon Valley. And it's Airbnb, but for your car. So when you're not using your car, it's just sitting there losing you money because you're a fucking idiot. So what you can do instead is list your car on a service called Getaround, and then people can rent your car.
That's so bad.
And you can earn up to $10,000 a year.
wow.
From
people
home?
driving. Well, you could be wherever you want. You could be in Hawaii, living very modestly on your Getaround income.
I've been getting emails saying I can be making X amount from home, and I'm like, this isn't real. Maybe it is.
Right. Maybe it is.
That may be the worst idea I've ever heard.
I agree, 100%.
So I don't know much about cars,
Yes.
I'll help you.
but here's my question. From my understanding of how insurance laws work,
Yes.
if they crash your car, wouldn't your insurance go up?
It says that every vehicle on the service is insured by Getaround for up to $1 million of like collision and accident and injury or whatever.
Huh.
Oh, I'm sure that's just rock solid.
Be that as it may, your actual insurance, though, is going to also have to approve it, though.
That's what I would
I
imagine.
honestly don't know, because as soon as I saw it, I said, I'm not fucking doing that. People are gonna jerk off in my car, shit in it, like race it. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
They'll poop a turd into your lighter, into the
Seems
lighter
like
hole.
a terrible idea. And then I went to the website while I was pooping. How ironic. And it was like, we're gonna be in Vancouver soon. Here's some of the preliminary listings. And there's like some dude put his Tesla up there, and I'm like, you are mentally brain dead.
All right.
That person probably just has a lot of money already. Maybe he just wants more.
How did they get the money when they're so stupid?
You know, a lot of questions, you know, in life.
DAE capitalism. Okay, so I think this is also a very stupid idea. However, let's devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay.
Airbnb sort of made it so that you could be like a private hotel to an end, right? It's like cutting out the middleman of a hotel. This would basically be the same thing, except you're cutting out the middleman of the rental car company.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna crash my apartment.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they could crash holes into it.
Yeah.
They could do damage to the apartment. I'll level with you there, and you know they could, I guess, burn it down. But they're not gonna like run somebody over and kill them.
They could
in
murder
my
someone in
apartment.
your apartment for sure.
I suppose they could.
That's true. Yeah.
But like, so Airbnb has its own issues where their insurance doesn't pay out a lot of the time, and you get fucked if you're an Airbnb owner.
Really?
So like, if that happens, and that's just, you know, I feel like an apartment's gonna get trashed way less often than a car is gonna get crashed.
Right.
I hate that rhymed.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
So there's no way that you're actually gonna be insured. your car's gonna get crashed. You're gonna call them. And they're gonna be like, yeah, well, on page 4, the article subsection 74 actually.
I mean,
don't have to pay you anything.
That's what Rob did at the Airbnb, where he's like,
What?
no one's gonna tell me not to eat peanuts in this place that I paid for.
Well, in fairness, they didn't tell us until we saw the giant posters when we got there. So, you know, fuck them, basically.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
Did you kill them?
yeah, we murdered that family.
That sucks.
I think it was the different Airbnb, which you guys actually made fun of me for too, but like they had really creepy pictures of their family throughout
Yeah, it's
the
weird.
entire house. Like just a lot of like, you know, like they went to a photographer at different photographers clearly in different setups of just like, you know, like it's like a 1920s picture of the you know, World War I company or something. They're sitting amid a backdrop, and it's just like,
Oh, that's cute.
am I gonna be murdered? Like, are there cameras in the eye holes of these children?
here's my kids murdering me at the Battle of Antietam.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Well, oh, that was the same Airbnb. Yeah. Oh, yes. And now I'm remembering especially the creepiest one is they had a family photo, the stage family photo.
Yeah.
But there was one across from you when you sit down at the fucking toilet.
Yeah, that's bad.
Nice.
Wait, where was this?
It was in Florida.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah,
make
it
you
was-
want to poop more, looking into their eyes?
It made me feel. I wanted to turn it around. I wanted to go up to the picture and just turn it around so that they didn't watch me poop.
Yeah, there might have been a hidden camera in it.
It's possible.
The Patriot Act.
Oh my god, I'm done.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If your fetish is already watch people poop, you probably don't want to watch me specifically.
And you should have the camera in the
maybe,
toilet bowl,
maybe
to
it's
be
the
fair.
opposite, though. Maybe they do.
Yeah, I think they just
You would
they
prefer
get off
that?
on it
Yeah.
being an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So it's like the
Forced
more
voyeurism.
ashamed of the moment you are, then like the more it turns them on. How do you think like Sears Portrait Studio is doing these days? Now that everybody has 500 cameras in every device.
I can tell you exactly how they're doing. My local Sears just closed.
Hey!
Well,
And I actually said, you know what? Good riddance. We've had enough Sears. I couldn't be mad.
yeah.
What do you stop doing that?
What are you petting him? That's cute.
That's pretty good.
I heard they
It's,
mistreated their employees anyway. I knew some people that work there, and apparently they were awful. So,
Yeah.
given that they didn't really have any services that anyone needed anymore, maybe it's time to try something else. Sorry, Sears.
Canada paid their CEO like a 8-figure severance package when the company went out of bankruptcy, and then didn't pay thousands or tens of thousands of employees like their final paychecks
Shit.
here.
Jesus.
Yeah,
In
and
case you were looking for a great reason to be cynical about Sears and to celebrate their demise.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty fucked
in
up.
light of what I also just said, I also have absolutely, I wish no ill upon the people who lost their jobs. That's very unfortunate. I don't want any of that to happen. But I mean, Sears as an entity is not the greatest.
Yeah. You know, let me propose a hypothetical for you.
Do it.
I don't think that this is probably ever gonna happen, but we're moving towards a delivery everything age, right?
Yes, I agree.
I mean, inevitably, some businesses are just gonna kind of go under in that regard.
Yeah.
What happens to now? Imagine a world where everything is delivery and you don't need to go to a storefront for anything, and
That's my
everybody.
dream.
Like
man.
DiGiorno.
And let's assume that everybody does use the delivery services.
Wait,
all
is
the time.
DiGiorno still delivery, or do you still have to buy it?
DiGiorno's was
That's a
never
great
delivery.
question.
Because their whole marketing is about it being not delivery.
It's not delivery, yeah.
Holy fuck, you're
So,
right.
Rob, I don't know where you're going with this, but just keep that in mind. Sorry, go ahead.
But the hypothetical is, imagine everybody in the world used the delivery for everything.
We've made so many assumptions, I don't even know what the point of the conversation is anymore.
Well, you know, I might get to the point.
I did it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would stop being constantly interrupted.
I won't interrupt anymore. Go ahead.
every time. So what happens to all those storefronts, the real estate? Like, what happens to all those things?
Houses, maybe, finally.
Paintball.
Starbucks?
Well, no, but you can get delivery Starbucks now in this world.
Yeah, but
Squatters.
Squatters is fair.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we have this street in Vancouver called Robson Street, and previously it was a mecca of like boutique shopping, and then they're like sick. Like a lot of people are spending a lot of money here. We're gonna raise the rents to the point that it's like untenable for any business, and then people were like sick. So we're declaring bankruptcy, and now over the past like 3 or 4 years, it's basically just become like a dead zone. Except there's one chain clothing store that is just slowly like agarioing its way down the street.
Wow.
They started with one location, and then they just keep like buying the derelict locations next to them.
I love that as a verb.
As soon as you get to like basically the main intersection of Vancouver downtown, it's like Aritzia boutique, Aritzia warehouse. And you're like, what the fuck?
So essentially,
5 of the same store next to each other.
So in this hypothetical universe, all of those storefronts would just become one massive Amazon warehouse.
Yeah,
Is
and
basically what you're saying.
Sick.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Aritzia.io.
Oh, please let me go.
Yeah, just like that's a good idea. Just buy warehouses and turn them into cool shit, like haunted houses and giant gyms and shit. You know,
Homeless storage.
Homeless storage.
That's the other thing that pisses me off about this fucking Doomsday Prepper show, dude. They're always like, they own literally like tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in weapons every time. And then the prepper, they're like, the prepper experts are grading your performance. Have you ever considered buying some water to have on hand? And they're like, that doesn't seem like a financially responsible decision. At the sell on AK-47. Buy like 3,000 liters of water. You're good.
Oh shit! Oh no! You know, hear me out. Why don't they melt down those guns and make an automatic turret system instead?
Like,
why would you melt down the gun, just put the gun on something else and make that turret?
Yeah, but it would be cooler if you made it from scratch.
Yeah.
If you could make an automatic turret from scratch.
From scratch.
Guess that joke's done. I'll see you next one. We'll give it another go here in a minute.
Yeah.
Make the next joke from Scratch.
You should just make the AI for the turret in Scratch.
Yeah, I hear that that's what they made Watson in. Scratch.
What's Watson up to? Can he like do anything yet?
Yeah,
Hanging with
you can fuck
Sherlock.
your mom now.
Watson
he
is
can
like,
fuck your mom now.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
crazy.
That explains a lot.
you can like buy access to Watson from IBM, or
Really?
rather, you can rent access to Watson, I guess, and then
How do you run a
what's-
Watson?
well, Watson's not like it's not
Can you
like a
make
box.
multiple Watson? Can they just copy Watson and make
Well,
Watson?
it's like a collective intelligence, right? You just
Yeah.
basically you go like, hey IBM, I got like all this Japanese text. Could Watson translate it into English for me? And it goes like, well, first, fuck your mom, and then second,
Right, yeah.
No!
you go Wagateki Wokarao.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I floundered.
So, hey, by the way, yeah, go on.
Did we figure out why Alexa was laughing? Is that?
Oh, I know
Is that a
why.
thing?
She's plotting. Yeah, that's
It's
all right.
if you've been following Amazon's latest developments, I think Alexa's got a hand in that.
Yeah. Did you guys see like so like I still like Elon Musk even though this is becoming an increasingly untenable situation. But his tweets about how all the cyberbullying is making him sad, and
He was
then
like, he was like, I don't like managing.
did you see
If I could get someone else to do it, I would.
he tweeted like
What did he
he's
say?
unhappy with what the press is like, you know, he feels like he's being vilified in the press, and there are a certain subset of people that are responding to him that are like, oh Elon, like
Aw.
I'm gonna buy some Tesla stock just to make you feel better.
Aw.
He's a billionaire.
I hope he feels better.
Yeah.
I did like how like 3 months ago Justin was like, Elon Musk is an asshole, and everyone was like, Justin. And now like 3 months later, everyone's like, Elon Musk is an asshole.
There's been a long period of anti-Elon Musk circle jerk on the internet. It's
I
been
still
years
think
now.
Elon's okay.
I have no problems with Elon.
I'm still
Musk at all.
pro Elon, even though, you know, I know that he doesn't respect unions.
Yeah. Oh no.
He is
No.
a billionaire,
What the?
but he is like going to outer space, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So he's not like one of those billionaires that's like, hey, I own an oil company
And I'm
and
gonna dismantle society from the inside out.
exactly, yeah. It's like I don't really care if like the Earth heats up by like 4 degrees, because first off, like I got a lot of shorts in my closet, and secondarily, I'm gonna make a lot of money as a result of this. But
He did say that a quick way to terraform Mars would be to nuke the poles. So, too bad, Poland.
Do we have the? Oh, okay.
Unexpected joke.
That's a good one. I like that.
Look out. Elon's coming for you.
yeah, I don't know. Right now, I feel like there's some guy out there worth like $990 million who's like, sick. I'm so happy all these billionaires are taking the heat off me. He's in the dream scenario right now, just being under $1 billion and still being like a cartoonishly evil 1920s mine owner.
Yeah, David Tepper.
See, I don't know who that is.
He just bought the Carolina Panthers.
Oh.
I'm wondering if Ryan's cozying up to Elon because one day Ryan's going to make a big power play and then he's going to want to be on his good side.
I don't know what this means and it scares me.
Maybe one day you're going to be like, maybe I need to go to Mars, and Elon's going to be like, yeah, buddy, I got your back.
I don't want to go to Mars. Like,
I do. Get me off this fucking planet, honestly.
I'm with it.
dude, you're going to be up there with the fucking preppers on Mars. That's what you got to worry about.
At least it'll be entertaining.
Dude, if you have to doomsday prep and your preparation is to go to fucking Mars, then more power to you.
Mars is already doomsday, though, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well,
That's
I
where
mean,
Doom is.
Yeah.
They would just be incredibly prepared.
If
Well,
Earth
it's a-
became Mars, I would consider that a pretty doomsday scenario.
To be fair, it's
Yeah.
the moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, not Mars itself. But, you know, you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Doom novel, for teaching me the moons of Mars.
I just want to know when we figure out the Epstein drive, then we'll be
I don't know what any of this shit means.
That's not Rick and Morty, I think.
No, it's actually The Expanse, is what it is.
Oh, even worse.
Is it
Is
really?
it for
worse?
adults?
Oh no! Are you saying? Are you creating? Are you now creating an anti-circle jerk for the Save the Expanse?
Yeah, I was just trying to like will it into existence.
This guy, this fucking guy. It doesn't need an anti-circle jerk on it. It's a good show.
I believe that.
When
Yeah.
does anyone, watch Dark so I can talk about it with literally anyone?
I've watched.
I watched Bright.
I watched. I watched that too.
I'm not gonna watch Dark. As soon as something gets pulled from like the now trending on Netflix, there's no chance.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, it's
Why
not
the
there
fuck
anymore.
would you give a shit about that?
Unlike you. Yeah.
Because I'm just waiting for like true crime dramas. That's the only thing I want to see on Netflix these days. Is like, hey, here's a crime you've never heard about, and it's a 12-part series about like what happened behind the scenes. That's all I want to see for the rest of my life.
I was watching one of those on Netflix actually. I forget what it's called.
Was it Evil Genius?
Yes, that's the one.
It's a
Yeah.
great show.
I watched the first episode of it and then I fell asleep. And
What's
I
up with
watched it.
Bill Rothstein, dude? It's a mystery. It never ends.
It's pretty weird. Like it's a weird like the basic premise of how the story plays out is a dude walks into a bank and he's got a cane gun that's loaded. Yeah. And he's got a sign on his shirt that says like I've got a bomb or something. Oh, or, yeah. There's something on his shirt. But then he has to follow this like scavenger hunt of clues, and it turns out the cops track him down and sit him down in a parking lot and don't help him. And
It's like Die Hard 3.
Yeah, kinda. And he had a bomb strapped to his chest, and he blows up and dies.
Damn.
Yeah. Strapped to his neck.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a collar bomb.
It's
I
fucking.
really that show goes some places, and I was trying to like watch it while I was falling asleep, and there's a very central character who is now dead, so we can make fun of her. Her name is Marjorie something. I don't remember her last name.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Whenever she opens a conversation with somebody, she goes like, "I'm very smart. I have the equivalent of 11 college degrees," and I'm like, "I feel you."
No, I'm right there with her. My brain does run a little faster than most.
The equivalent of 11 college degrees.
You know what's funny about that too? Doesn't it open up telling you that she actually does have like a master's degree?
Yeah, yeah.
So she has the equivalent of 1 college degree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh no.
So whenever I get into an argument on the internet, it's like, first off, I have the equivalent of 11 college degrees. So
Oh, so what happened is she just hit the 1 twice on accident.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
typing it
exactly.
in.
Oh man.
good.
Yo, I gotta
Yeah.
stop you because there's somebody with a crazy story in my chat. Kirak Fiasco Man almost died apparently today. Said, "Hey Nick, thanks for streaming tonight. Me and my buddy were flying his twin-engine plane to his parents, but an engine failed, and we had to land in some small town with a goofy name, and they've been charging us for everything when we try to get the engine fixed. So in long story short, we're grounded in reality and full of real world."
Oh my god.
I hope your plane gets
basically-
fixed.
I don't think he has a plane, Nick.
Is actually like my least favorite form of humor, which is when you manufacture your own setup and then your own punchline.
Well, that's the point. It's supposed to make you angry.
Yeah, but I'm not angry. I'm angry Nick read it. I'm not angry that it exists.
That's like it's almost like a Shaggy dog joke variant.
I mean, it is. Basically.
With more adult themes, yeah.
Mhm. And real world problem.
There it is.
I really like, I know I've been talking about doomsday preppers, but I'm just enjoying this golden age where we can make fun of them before recognizing that there's actually a conversation to be had about their undiagnosed mental illness. Because there was like a really nice like 2-year period for hoarders where you're like, look at these idiots, you don't need that many newspapers. And then somebody was like, I'm a doctor and they're sick. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. That makes perfect sense. And doomsday preppers, in the back of my head, I'm like, these people are ill, but
They're so sick.
not enough people have noticed right now. So we can just be like, this idiot thinks that an EMP is gonna hit the United States and wipe out all electronics, but he's not worried about, you know, coronary heart disease that kills like 40% of American men. Like,
Do people really think that like losing all electronics is gonna cause a doomsday event? Like it's gonna suck, but like we can just make more like it'll be some recovery time for sure, but it won't end the human race.
Think of like in Factorio when you got the whole main bus set up, and then like if you just dropped a bomb on the main bus, you'd be pretty sad about that for a good long time. Right? No drones.
The main bus, you could definitely just very quickly just like.
Nope. It's real fucked.
I mean, I will say
It's got sushi lines on it now.
In the event of what Ryan was saying, like an EMP dropped over the entire United States, that would be pretty bad. Because then planes
in like a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because planes would immediately drop from the sky.
Oh, that would, yeah. Obviously,
then-
that would be on a plane.
Why are we always worried about planes dropping from the sky? There's only so many planes.
I don't know, man.
You know, but like, you know, the hospitals and industrial production and all the onboard electronics on all the trucks that drive food around the United States and you know, et cetera. I mean, it'd be shitty. There's like millions of people would die, and it would probably destroy your economy for like a generation.
And lots of.
What if they had to close the Coca-Cola for like more than 2 hours? That would be nuts. Closure is not an option, is what I've heard.
Here, my philosophy on prepping is that whenever, because like we live in an earthquake hot zone, more or less. We're not quite on the Ring of Fire, I guess, but people are like, well, we live like pretty close to an area of the country that they're like, oh yeah, if like an 8.0 earthquake hits that ground, that's just like soil. It's gonna turn into vapor, and everything is gonna sink into the ocean. So like, you know, we have a bag that has like a few days of food and water and like a first aid kit and.
You're a doomsday prepper?
You're a prepper.
No, as soon as people say that, I'm like, you're good. And then it's always like, we have 50,000 pounds of canned sandwiches that we like made and then pickled. And I'm like, that's too
pickled sandwiches.
That's too much.
I understand why you watch this show now. I get it, because you're a prepper and you're getting tips. You're figuring out how to do it right.
Well, they were bragging on the show. They were like, we have 60 days of food in our bunker. And I was like, if something happened here and I had to stay in my apartment, I could eat for 60 days. Yeah. After 7 or 8 days, I'd be eating some stuff that was not, they wouldn't be full meals, let's put it that way. But like, you know, I could have like a couple cans of beans and then, you know, we've got enough pasta. 60 days is not that long.
Well, you can't make the pasta because you can't boil the...
I just eat the dry pasta.
Oh, God.
Boil it in your pee.
I mean, you could, I guess. You would be hydrating the pasta.
In a real doomsday scenario, my like #1 worry would be not enough water. My #2 worry would be coming across a prepper, because I know that there's a pretty decent chance they're gonna shoot me in the head and take whatever resources I have.
You think anybody in the Vancouver area has enough money to both own a house and then make a bunker in that house?
There's probably some bunkers here. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
What would you do in this situation, though? Say you had no option for water. The water's all shut off in your building. Nobody around you's offering any. And as far as you know, no one, like, from a government standpoint is giving any. Do you go try and dig an artesian well? Or are you going to, like, start asking people everywhere? What's your strat?
I mean, I live near a river, so I think
there's like water.
You're going to drink out of the Hudson.
I mean, I might get 3 eyes, but yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you could just boil it.
Would probably, like, walk into one of our parks, start a campfire, and then like boil some water.
All right.
From one of the many lakes, rivers, you know.
Yeah, it's like you got lots of water around. I gotcha.
Do you guys know how to make a fire? Like have you made a fire? I guess I should say instead.
I would use a barbecue lighter, assuming.
Are you using
No, it gets wiped out.
The EMP wiped out my barbecue,
wiped out every lighter.
Yeah, you had electronic gas in it.
The bow drill, the hand bow drill, the fire plow. What kind of fire maker are we talking here?
Well, I mean, if I gave you a bunch of sticks and some rocks and stuff.
You can't just use any stick.
You have to use.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if I
give us the right stick, sure, I could do it.
Say you were naked and afraid in the wilderness.
Yeah, I often am. Yes.
Sit out in the forest. Could you make a fire?
In this climate here?
Without a lighter?
Yeah, without a lighter. You're naked and afraid.
Do you have a knife?
No.
You're not gonna, Nick. I know you watched a lot of
No, I was about to agree that I couldn't. I wasn't.
Okay,
I was asking what climate, because the one place I think I could make a fire is in a particularly arid desert-like climate if I have my glasses.
Dude, I think all of us could do it.
I don't. It's much harder than you think.
No, but like that's the thing though, is that we got time. We have time right now. We're not like, it's not Survivor. We don't have 30 minutes or we don't get $1 million.
We have like a couple days.
They have about 3 days, which is how long you can go before you need water, and you're also burning up your hands' ability to do things while you're trying to use the fire plow or the hand drill.
Back and forth. My hands are gonna die.
No,
Dude,
Austin, it actually rips your hands up because you're vigorous.
Go grab a towel.
No, the towels were hit by the EMP.
You're also
they were made of electric.
And afraid in the wilderness.
Oh, it was the naked and afraid scenario again. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
What?
To not be naked anymore.
Just use any kind of like insulation so you don't kill your hand. Have you guys ever held a stick before?
Austin,
you can just order some fire.
You're being ignorant right now.
I'm gonna go film myself making a fire. I feel like I gotta do this.
Please go out into the woods and make a fire and film it.
I don't think I have
a
good enough woods nearby though.
Yeah, well, stop making excuses then.
I'm just thinking, like, we don't have any trees in our
don't have
yard.
good enough woods. Guess I can't do it.
I would definitely not be able to make a fire. If I had a knife, I would give myself like a 10% chance to be able to make a knife.
You think a knife would help you?
I don't want to make
spark it on a rock.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying it's easy, because it's definitely not easy.
You are making it sound.
No, I'm just saying, in a situation where your life depends on it, I think any of us have the ability to do it.
I mean, I know the basic idea of how you make a fire. I've watched enough primitive technology videos.
You get some kindling. You need like a good stick and then a good like piece of, I guess, like tree bark or some kind of like flat wood that you can rub the stick into to get the ember. Past that, you just need to rub it a bunch.
I'm gonna put all of my electronics inside of a Faraday cage, so that when the EMP hits, I'm gonna be like the fuck. It's like time travel, basically. I'm gonna be the only dude with a smartphone, and I'll use it to connect to absolutely nothing, but you know, make calculations on the calculator app.
Does a Faraday cage actually protect from like from an EMP?
I believe that's the idea.
I think that's the point of it, yeah.
Well, no, like a Faraday cage is like it stops like radio signals. But
no, it's like it conducts electricity around the things inside of it, and then the things inside of it are not hit by the electronic or the.
See, the cage gets hit by the EMP though, and then it can't work anymore.
If the EMP originates from inside the cage, that would be the best case scenario.
You accidentally made the EMP.
Let me give you a couple fire making tips that might save your life one day. A really useful thing to keep in mind if you are in a forest type setting and need to make a fire, and that we're gonna hope that you are, considering, you know, Vancouver and such. You want to go after a bird's nest if possible. Bird's nests are the perfect thing to catch the ember in, and it's like pre-made kindling, which is extra dry and made up basically to catch. It's like the most flammable thing you could find ready to go. Secondarily, if you can't get enough flammability in what you've got, you could look for sap on a pine tree, because that sap, if you soak your conductor in there, is going to be able to actually magnify the ability to make fire. That sap is extremely flammable. So, you know, if you run out of options and things are a little bit too wet, those are 2 more things to try before you give up hope.
Also, make a bow. I've actually made one before.
Oh, okay.
What are you making your cordage out of?
Take a gallon of gasoline out of your vehicle and then use a barbecue lighter.
That is a really bad idea. You're gonna burn down the fucking forest.
You're not gonna burn. You need the fire.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna roast it on the Pacific Northwest.
You're gonna look like a freaking idiot making this. I gotta find a bird's nest and some tree sap, and then use like a thimble full of gasoline and keep myself warm for weeks.
Well, again, we're doing naked and afraid scenario. I don't think we have gasoline.
Naked and afraid scenario, yeah.
I've never seen one of them bring like a jerry can in their bag of survivable items. I'd love to see that though.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I just, in my opinion, if you're going to be put into a survival situation, one of your, I'm not going to say most important tools, but an important tool is going to be confidence. If you just sit there and go, well, I can't fucking do it, no chance. I might as well sit here and die.
Well, you're partially right that having a good attitude is a huge predictor of your ability to endure these very difficult, trying times. But also just like, I'm pretty sure they all want to survive. Nobody's like, okay, I'm just done.
That's a good point.
Go rub some fucking sticks together. Give it a shot.
You don't just rub sticks together.
I know, but
I mean, like, honestly though, like, I kind of agree with Austin in that, like,
Rob's your turn.
If I'm taking my turn right now.
Oh, it's frozen on my side. Sorry.
There goes Steger.
But no, I like, if you give me 3 days and an insatiable hunger, I feel like after 3 days of practice, I know the basics of how you make a fire. I'd probably be able to make one in 3 days.
See, you are clinging to this belief that desperation would make you like a Super Saiyan.
Why do you need to be a Super Saiyan to start a fire? We're not lighting our hair on fire.
It was the first human technology. I feel like
I just feel like we're on both ends of the extreme here, but I feel like you guys do not give yourself enough credit to be smart human beings.
And I don't think you give the people that are in these survival situations enough credit in a way, because they're actually trained and often they can't make fires with tools.
Yeah.
For days.
Okay,
like,
no,
they're
you give me a
miserable.
flint and steel, I'm making a fire.
Yeah, well, tell that to them. They haven't done it.
If you sometimes give them a fire with a flint and steel, then you have no chance of. Why are you on the show? Why are you on the show,
Austin?
I'm not joking. They'll be in situations where they're fucking freezing and have a flint and can't make a fire. They're naked and they want a fire very badly, and they give up and try and sleep. So, given that situation, I can't believe that just bravado alone is the thing that gets you through that.
I'm beginning to believe that's some like TV magic shit now. How on earth are you a trained survivalist and you can't make a fire with a flint and steel?
It's harder than you think, that's all.
Maybe it's like
You put
wetter in the
It is. It's
environment.
often wetter. They're always like, I practice this in my backyard and not in this scenario, and now I can't do it.
Dude, you know what'd be really fucked up is if you like couldn't make a fire and then you found a commune of people with a fire, but they were led by like a 9-year-old Boy Scout in like some kind of fucked up Lord of the Flies situation, and you had to like pledge fealty to this little kid who just happened to have the right merit badge.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool. Make a movie out of that.
I'd be pissed.
Well, I mean, in this hypothetical situation, would this person's ability to make the fire really then lead to the logical extension that he's probably the best person to lead us?
Yeah, because he could be like, well, if you don't let me lead, then I'm going to take the fire away.
All right, okay, I see. If he's also a blackmailing 9-year-old.
A lot of them are, to be honest. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
A grown man could probably kill a 9-year-old Boy Scout. Yeah, I know, but then you lose the fire.
Then you don't get fired.
Well,
anymore,
if he's a good enough Boy Scout, he would have set a couple traps, like a figure 4 somewhere to catch you before you
yeah.
can kill him.
Absolutely.
I'd just basically be like Ramses II. You know, that worked out pretty well.
Dan was playing Fortnite with randoms on his stream today, and he was talking to a student of history. But I believe they were in a high school, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rake them over the coals too much. But Dan was like, "Oh, so what's like the earliest human civilization?" And then he said, "Hunter-gatherer societies in the year 600 BC." And I said to myself, "Hey, my dude, you ever hear of like the Egyptians?" It's like 2,500 years before that, and not hunter-gatherers. Or
it was actually like 10,000 years before that. Actually.
Yeah, like, you know, the Neolithic Revolution happened like 10,000 years ago, and you know, the Mesopotamians and etc. And you're like, this kid's teacher is just horrible.
Well, okay, here's an alternative. Maybe he's a creationist. That could be what's happening there. You know, they believe that Jesus was hanging around with dinosaurs, you know.
He meant 60,000 BC? I don't think he meant 60,000. We have like records from 600 BC.
Yeah.
I mean, I played Assassin's Creed Origins, right? So
it must have been so fucked up to be in like Egypt or even like ancient Rome. They're like, hey,
anywhere, honestly, at that time.
Yeah. Can I buy like, you know, I'll buy this pot off you because that's all you got back then. And they're like, sure. You want a copy of your receipt? Yeah. Okay. Let me just spend 8 hours chiseling it into a stone tablet that you can then store under your house.
I knew where that joke was going, and I still found it funny.
I think they they had like moldable clay or something that they would use to make.
No, but I really like the chiseling idea. That's really fun.
I like the idea of like a Roman. Okay, apparently in Rome they had paper, but like an ancient Egyptian, like returning.
They invented the papyrus font, man.
A tool back at a store. Like, oh, do you have a copy of your receipt? Like, yeah.
Remember to do the survey.
There's like a donkey hauling a batch of stone tablets. So yeah, everything here appears to be working out okay.
Dude, agreeing to the TOS of things must have been such a pain back then. Like 6 or 7 carts worth of tablets.
Just chisel on the dotted line, please, Nefertiti.
Well, actually, I was reading about Egypt. I think it was on like Wikipedia or something.
Golden bongs?
Well, no, actually, I think it was a YouTube video.
Oh.
And but anyway, like it was talking about like a highly centralized society, which Egypt was apparently. And so Egypt was so centralized that the farmers would
How centralized
are they?
So the farmers would get their seeds directly from the government. And the government would tell them when to plant it and when to harvest it and when to water it and whatever. And one of the theorized falls of Egypt is because, like, once the government stopped handing out seeds, the farmers didn't really know how to continue. So that's pretty fucked up.
I want to see, like, Doomsday Preppers Egypt edition. Be like, my name's Agamemnon. And I'm preparing for a biblical plague. Okay, it'd be funny if you saw the show.
I was just letting it develop.
I mean, I like it, yeah. I'm into it. Was he the king of Macedon, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I was getting confused with Menelaus.
Yeah, I think Menelaus was the Spartan one.
Which one didn't eat pussy? And then there's DJ Khaled joke in here.
I was gonna say it's DJ Khaled.
DJ
There's
Khaled.
a famous Greek king that like didn't eat pussy, and then his wife killed him, and then in court they were like, "Why did you kill your wife? Or why did you kill your husband?" And she was like, "You didn't give face."
Down.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Innocent."
Is DJ Khaled married?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
She's my queen.
That was pretty racist, actually.
Oh. I thought this is how he sounded. I'm sorry.
We'll be back in 3 minutes. Play some Tower Unite. See you then.
Yeah.
He does talk like that, though.
He does.
I mean, I've heard him talk before. That's kind of what I thought he sounded like. But
I was just because it sounded like this is how that dialect sounded to me when you said it. Is she's my queen?
Oh, I didn't hear that actually.
Well, that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Like T'Challa.
sorry, Chad.
That's what I was.
That's
Well-
Nick, I think you're good on this. I think Rob just misheard this one.
Yeah, I think Rob was looking for racism
Yeah.
where there was none.
I had a good run. I mean, it
Looking
gets
for
us all
racism
eventually, I
in
guess.
all the wrong places.
Sorry, guys. Let you down.
Which?
Check
What are we
real quick.
playing now?
It's Tower Unite Golf.
Tower. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we should have loaded this yesterday.
All right, let's get this going.
You're right. I did get him confused with Tachanka.
Now Nick can get a deal with Disney and YouTube.
I still haven't seen Black Panther actually.
It's pretty good.
I want to see it.
Hey Ryan,
Yes,
check Skype real quick for me.
that is fine by me.
Okay.
Don't open on monitor 3.
I have a real question, and nobody is going to want to answer this, and I shouldn't even bring it up, but I don't know.
Oh, all
about
right,
it.
yeah, can't
Okay,
wait.
so like DJ Khaled, ignorant, of course, when he said that he doesn't
Doesn't
go
eat
down
pussy.
on his wife,
Yeah.
and he expects his wife to go down on him because the rules are different for men.
Yeah.
That's ignorant, I'll admit.
Yeah.
But if DJ Khaled were a woman, and she said,
All right.
I don't blow my husband, but I expect him to go down on me,
Oh, you're going the red pill route, right?
I'm going red pill.
Okay. Yeah.
Usually I'm pretty blue pill, but I'm like, how do you think people would react to that?
And I was thinking, like, what if DJ Khaled was gay and had a male partner? Does the whole theory just fall apart, or do they blow each other? Like, what does he do?
I
need to
think
know.
Khaled was an alien.
Oh, Jesus.
Bear, are you?
They're getting
in a fishbowl.
progressively further away. Barry, you might be on webcam, Mike.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Or you're just far away.
Or you're very far away. I don't know which.
Are you in the kitchen right now? Like,
God, hold on, I can't tell. You can't tell if you're in the kitchen.
Bring him
How's
home.
this? Is this better?
Yeah, that's
that was
Bear.
that was instantaneous.
I just went from
yeah.
6
Great.
to midnight, honestly.
You already said that earlier.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it again.
I have started a Tower Unite server.
I'm loading.
Oh, you? I was gonna do a tower.
Yeah, I'm opening the game, so I'll be in the next
You
one.
can do the tower.
Yep.
I'd rather you do it.
My screen is still black. So-
I'm gonna go pee while I wait.
Oh, it's
for you.
opening on the wrong monitor.
It did that to me too.
Can I for real answer your question?
No.
I'm not
The
going to answer
DJ
it because I've
Khaled
already
one.
disqualified
DJ
myself.
Khaled thing. What I was gonna say is I don't think there's anything wrong with having a preference, but I think when you use the word expect, that's when it gets bad.
Yeah, I think there should be no expecting. Right?
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
That
honestly.
seems like the way it should be.
I think that's fair.
Wow, this lobby music is so pleasant.
It really is.
I feel like I'm in a spa.
I expect everyone to blow each other at all times.
All the time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm in for that. You know.
The world would be a much nicer place if we all just blew each other.
Like
Would
instead
you
of a
get anything
handshake.
done? No one would get
Just blow each other.
Like dogs, you know? Like they go up in each other's
Yeah.
assholes. Why can't we just suck each other's
Hey, what's
dicks?
up, man? How's your dick?
Yeah.
Oh, that tastes good. Mm-mm.
Let me take care of that for you here. Let me.
Yo, what's up, dog? How's your dick?
I mean,
I'm gonna start interacting with all
in
my...
fairness, dogs rim each other all the time too.
I know. That's
They're just going right up in there.
they're setting a great precedent for us.
Chat
I'm on
both
my
loved and
mom
hated that a lot.
How's your dick?
How's your dick?
How's your dick?
I think the yo dog is really important for that.
Yo,
is
dog,
critical,
how's your
yeah.
dick?
Yo dog, how's your dick?
You know, that always weirded me out about dogs is like, you know, you get like the Pavlovian response with dogs where like, you know, you're cooking a steak and the dog's mouth is watering because he wants to eat the steak. He obviously smells the steak. Steak smells good. I want to eat it. But then that same dog will smell a pile of shit on the floor and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to eat that.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, is society telling us that we shouldn't eat shit?
Well, no, hold on.
Oh my god.
Are we?
What an argument.
Let me stop you from going down that road because I think there's a much more logical interpretation straight away.
Okay,
I think animals just see food as food. They don't see it as good food and bad food. Like this is steak is food. Shit on the floor could be food. Let's find out.
But that's my point. Is that like, are we like genetically predisposed to smell some shit and be like,
Yes.
I should try putting that in my mouth?
No, the opposite.
That's what I'm getting at.
What
That's
the hell did I miss?
Oh, we're
Rob
talking
wants to
about
eat shit now.
Yeah.
I think you can just join on
I'm in.
Austin. All right.
Well, it's also become like a sports thing where everybody wants to eat shit after their team wins. I don't know
Has
what that's about. Yeah.
I think that's
Really?
just a Philadelphia thing, Rob.
So it was Philadelphia, and it was in response to the year before when it was like a Patriots fan eating
Oh,
shit.
that's Bears, Mike.
What in the world are you talking about?
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
shit,
that's
my
what
bad.
music is. Okay.
Hold on.
I was, like,
I was
messing
turning
with
my game
sliders.
down, and I was like,
Same.
why is my game slider?
Oh, that's great.
Chat, I don't know what he's talking about either.
You never saw. There's a video of after the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. There was crowds in the street, and there's a video of a bunch of people saying, "Eat shit, eat shit," and then and this guy picks up a horse turd off the ground.
No.
And shit. Yeah, he just eats it. I don't know why he does it,
Dude,
but
sometimes
he does.
you're just so jazzed up over your team winning that you eat shit.
Remember that couple
guess
just
so.
banging on the train?
We've all been there.
They were so jazzed about the Super Bowl that they just started banging on the train, and people were recording, like just taking selfies with them banging.
Yeah.
That was
I
weird.
mean, what else can you do,
You
really?
got some confidence if you can just bang on a train.
You're
like
telling
that.
me, dude.
Dude, I mean, I don't know if you guys have experienced this in the cities that you're from, but
Nope,
like
haven't.
when it's like a wild night, you know, the rules are gone. That's it. That's
No,
like,
the rules definitely still exist.
I'm just saying.
breaking them brazenly.
Well, I'm just like if you go on the New York subway at like 3 a.m. on New Year's, everybody was breaking the law in hilariously overt ways. Like there are guys just smoking blunts and passing around to random strangers and shit, and just like drinking on the train and fucking and
Is
like
that anarchy?
it basically is, and it's hilarious.
Are you an anarchist, Rob?
How
I feel like
late
you'd like
are
that.
trains running in New York City?
Forever.
They run 24 hours.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yo, that's sick.
Yeah.
I saw someone get a BJ on a New York City train once.
Yeah.
All the way to completion?
I'm not positive.
Who
Okay.
got off first? You
I
were.
would guess.
You were them?
I mean, as soon as I came, I left, so I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Do we
How's
actually
it
have any
going?
reason to be annoyed at someone having sex in front of you? Like, is it like, at a fundamental
Oh.
level? Is that supposed to be offensive?
This is
I
gonna
tried
fuck
this
with
argument
you.
and they got mad at me.
What bothers me about it is not the intercourse. Because, like, if I saw two people having intercourse, it's not like, I'm like, that's disgusting. What bothers me is the flagrant disrespect of authority.
Rob's stream is down and he doesn't know. Rob, your stream went
My
down.
stream is down. Hey, really? My chat is still chatting. Oh yeah, now it's down.
Yep.
If someone was in front of me having sex in public, I'd be like, oh, hey, stop. But, like, is it really like, if there's no kids around, is it really a problem?
Would you actually tell him to stop?
I wouldn't tell him to stop.
See, I would think you'd tell him to stop.
No,
I
I
would
in my head, I'd be like,
Interact with
ew,
them at
stop.
all. Yeah, I would.
If it was legal, would you be okay with it? Yeah. Literally, it doesn't bother me. If I had kids, I guess I would be annoyed for sure. But,
Well, yeah, don't have sex in front of kids. That's just obvious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in an environment with no children, is it really a problem?
Chat, if you're gonna have sex in public, do it somewhere where there's no kids, okay? Like, let's have some decency here.
Oh man, I have a story about that.
Oh no.
How do you have a specific
That's not
story
what you want to
about
have
that?
a story about.
I don't
Is
think
that-
I want to.
Is that an okay
This is
story?
like- so whenever I think sex in public, this is the story I think of, and this is why it grosses me out every time. I went camping once with a bunch of people, like a real like probably like 50 people going camping.
50?
But it's the type of campgrounds where it's like just people on top of each other. Like some people have campers parked in their little camping
Oh, that
spot.
kind of on top. Okay.
That kind of camping. Yeah. So, long story short, two of the people with me got super drunk and started having sex with each other in their car, but to the amazement of like 70 families who were just witnessing this and looking at us like, "Can you stop this?" And we're all like, "We're not opening that car." Like, yeah, like we all agree this is disgusting.
So the car was doing that like squeaky back and forth. Like,
There was
bands are
rhythmic
rocking.
honking. That's what's. I occasionally will hear a car honk in rhythm and be like, ugh.
Go in the back seat, you savages.
It's like American Pie 4.
Is there a protocol of that? Like, it's in a setting like that, you're disrupting like more than just your.
There's like families like with like
right? Yeah.
It's noise
having, like, a
pollution.
beautiful
You do
day.
it.
It's rude.
Single knuckle twice knocked
Very
on the
rude.
window.
Oh,
Then you're just a cop, though.
I kind of hope they're not watching. I don't think they would be, but like, I've already heard my roommates having sex, and I don't mind, but I am kind of like, you can close the door. At least
They don't close the door.
That is pretty ridiculous.
Door open? That's
it was really late at night, and so I guess I obviously should have been asleep. But I walked out of I'm on the second floor, and I walked out of the office that I'm at, and I just heard their bed going squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I sat there for a second, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, nice. And I went to bed.
See, that pisses me off, and it's again. It's not that they're having intercourse, it's that like if the door is open, you've almost become an unwilling participant in the intercourse. Who knows, maybe they're getting off on being like, oh, maybe Austin will catch us. You know, there's a thrill in it. And I'm like, I don't mind I don't mind if you fuck, but just leave me out of it. That's between a couple of, however many people are involved in it. It's not, I don't want to be forced to be a part of it.
If that's an aspect of it, and I truly hope it's not, but if that is, that's like super weird in Austin's case, right? Because
It's my stepbrother now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's still
Now?
Well, I lived with my stepsister before.
yeah. Okay. I mean, it's still I wouldn't want to hear my stepbrother.
No, I don't want to hear it, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, can you fucking not? I would just be like,
Yeah, you don't want to.
it's unfortunate that this timing worked out.
Like I can't think of a single situation where I was like, man, I wish I could hear this person fuck. I've never wanted to hear someone fuck.
This all feels
Not
a
even
little
like a
too real.
celebrity. You've wondered like how they get it on. Like I've wondered, like I tweeted about him yesterday, so this is a little bit of comedic overkill. But I've wondered what sounds Gilbert Gottfried makes when he's getting.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, man, I want to know.
I think you stay in character most of the time. Wouldn't
Yeah.
I hope so, honestly.
Ryan Reynolds or Gilbert
Wait,
Gottfried?
Ryan Reynolds? Why do I want to hear Ryan Reynolds? That's
Oh,
kind of
because he's a wild dude. He's Deadpool, man. I want to hear he goes into crazy stuff.
Yeah, he is Deadpool. That's right.
It's true.
I've heard this rumor.
I like the idea of Gilbert Gottfried remaining in character as Yago
parrot?
from
From
the
Aladdin.
Aladdin movie.
The Affleck duck.
Why is the birdie symbol just like straight up the Twitter bird?
No.
Robert.
Directly ripped off.
See, I wish I could do a good Gilbert Gottfried, because this is where I would scream, "I'm about to climax."
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and I was like, I don't think I have a good Gilbert Gottfried.
I don't. You need one to be able to do it.
You gotta have some confidence to pull it off too. I would have done it by now if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vernon Ritz has an interesting one as well.
I figured that was coming eventually. Like, we're just getting like a few seconds before someone shrieks into the microphone.
Beijing Honor floor pump. My bike pump arrived, but it came in this. I have to read this box.
Hoi!
All right, I've been robbed.
Steel air pump with indication of flexible pression. Whatever the
What?
What?
Sometimes you gotta flex that
ergonomic
pressure.
stick. Max pression 7 bar.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
That's quite a bit, yeah.
Millibars, right?
Best universal pump head for loss following valves. Raider press the blitz. Okay.
You might want to mail this to Ashens.
If you just want to, you know, like blitz your bicycle, you know.
Include a adapter for iRay mattress and inflatable toys. Oh, this is from the Beijing Honor Trade Corporation. It was cheap as hell. No, that's why I bought it.
Dude, when I stayed at your place, your iRay mattress kept like losing pressure, simplation.
Pression.
What?
Pression.
Yeah, it only had like 2 or 3 bars.
And now you got 7?
Yeah,
You
it
should be
had
good to go.
7 bars.
Well,
That's a
pressure
lot.
it is measured in millibars, so that's not
is,
completely
yeah.
out of the question.
I don't. You mean it's not completely out of the pression?
Under pressure.
Right, yeah.
Pushing
Sitting
in
down on me.
pushing in on. No man is.
You got it.
Well, okay, so obviously I don't know anything about how pressure is calculated. But if pressure is measured in millibars, and that is 7 bars, wouldn't that be like the bottom of the Marianas Trench?
It's 1.034 kPa.
As a
Yeah,
Patriots
that
fan,
doesn't
I can
help me
tell
at
you
all.
exactly how pressure is calculated.
So the thing is, like with the metric system, like a millibar and a bar, I mean, there's just they're measured in both of them. It's just a matter of what unit you choose to use.
Right. But, well, I was assuming that you use a millibar because it's not going to be like 600,000 millibars.
Hey, Austin.
What is this discussion we're having anymore?
I don't know. I don't know how the pressure works.
It's 760 torr, obviously.
What the fuck is
All
happening?
right, whatever.
1.036 kPa.
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
I fucking love science.
What's your favorite part about science?
Avogadro's number and pi, obviously.
Oh shit.
I should have known.
6.02 times 10 to the 23, bitch. Don't forget it.
Hey, can I do indignant Twitter rant now?
Oh, well, it depends what it's about, but
So
please.
I tweeted the other day that I noticed someone was chainsawing outside my house at 7:22 a.m.
Yeah.
And I got a
too early.
remarkable amount of responses saying that I'm the one with the problem.
Yeah, no, I saw that actually.
And I just wanted to run it by you and get the general consensus if I'm the one with the problem or if it is actually unreasonable to chainsaw at that time. And I understand, by the way, that it's not hot in the morning. It's a reasonable thing, but it's also reasonable to want to sleep at 7:22 a.m. in my particular perspective. What do you guys think?
Loud Shores start at 9.
Yep.
See, I was saying
I'm
saying
with you on that, yeah.
no chainsaws before 10, but 9's all right, I guess.
Yeah, see,
9
I
local
agree.
time is acceptable for all loud behavior.
I had an issue in New York because our neighbors were building an extension on their house and they'd start construction at 7 a.m. And I remember them being like, well, 7, we're waiting till 7. It's like, really? Come on.
Yeah, actually, my neighbors upstairs at the apartment above me, I don't know, like it's once every 2 weeks, they just decide to move all of the furniture in their apartment. And they do it for hours. And I don't know why. Like, are they getting new furniture all the time? I don't know. But they certainly have been moving it around a lot.
It's called feng shui, honey. Look it up.
Let's go. We just got screwed, Austin.
We did.
I'm upset
All
for
right,
us.
so I guess I'm not the only one then. That's nice.
No, you're like in the right, but
Yeah.
like on the internet, if you ever complain about anything except other people complaining, all you're gonna get is people complaining about you complaining. That's the rule. It's like, dude, I got hit by a car, drunk driver. Did you ever consider they might be going through some stuff in there? What were you doing crossing the street at that specific intersection? You know it's
Why is he Rocky?
Yeah.
Why
That's
not?
a young Rocky.
What are you doing? No.
Well, on a separate note, someone complained to us on Twitter about a lady in the grocery store at the cold cut counter.
Uh-oh.
And
I saw that.
yeah.
What'd she do?
upset.
Well, so she was like, hey, give me a pound of ham. And then a guy goes to give her a pound of ham, and she's like, no, actually, don't use that already open package. Open a new ham for me.
No.
No, you don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like a
awful.
highly self-important.
It's a terrible thing to do. This guy's an idiot. Lady's an idiot.
That goes against meat law.
Although, I will say, if she had said maybe, here's I think this might ease it a little bit. Don't give me the first slice off the block.
No, that's also stupid.
It is stupid. But I think if she did that, then I would be like, I think you're stupid, but I'm not that mad.
What if she just softened it and said, would it be okay if? Wouldn't you already hate, you would hate her less, right?
That would help, yeah.
It's still so entitled, though.
Yeah, it is, I agree.
Yeah.
If that was like a thing that should be done, they would do it for everybody.
That's like, yeah, it makes it seem like you're a more important human than everyone else who comes to the deli to get meat.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's important to consider the way you phrase these types of things. So if you come across being like commanding, when you have a sort of a crazy request, you know, nobody's going to fall on your side. If you're at least accommodating to their needs, everybody can at least come to a middle ground and an understanding.
I know what you're talking about, though, but I think you're like referring to situations where you're like, hey, can I get that without onions, maybe? Or can I substitute these fries in for onion rings? Not like, hey, can you make sure that you can go into the back freezer and get a special, unique box of ham for me?
I don't understand why she said it.
I will say, and maybe this is why I'm more open to hearing her out with the don't give me the first slice thing, because I got prosciutto like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, or something like that. And out of the package, and I got it delivered, so I didn't go up to the deli counter, right? Out of the package, it had a hard, like, basically like shell around.
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
And that's not like, it's not like that's the type of meat that has that. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's
I've never had
solidified.
prosciutto with that.
The classic hard shell meats.
Well, no, but I mean, there are like, if you get like liverwurst or something, it'll have an inedible, you know.
They have a hard chitin shell.
Yeah, you know, or if you get like a stick of salami, then
or like an oyster.
An oak lining.
I'm just saying that, like, in that case, if the guy handed me, if I was at the deli counter and the guy handed me like a piece to sample, I'd be like, get me a new fucking block of prosciutto, man. You know?
Yeah.
Special case though. We're operating under her getting normal meat out of this.
Just never tell a person in the service industry to do something. Ask them, and then you're like, that takes away so much of the assholes.
And you ask them because the joke is they can't say no. Or
If they're beating you about the face and neck mercilessly, I think you can tell them to stop.
Okay, that is fair. Hey, could you stop?
We're getting into these very specific scenarios there.
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind not pummeling my face?
What if the restaurateur is stabbing me at the time? Do I have certain permissions then?
Consult the Constitution.
What if she's going through some stuff right now?
What, the Constitution?
yeah, I would say she is, yes.
She's definitely going through some stuff.
Yeah, I would say so.
Poor Constitution.
I can't do a gong sound with my mouth.
Did somebody just grapefruit their man?
It actually sounded like your chosen one, lady.
Oh, the duck sound. Yeah, I know that one.
Chosen one!
I'm coming!
Weren't they making a sequel to Kung Pao? What happened to that?
Kung Pao!
Listen, you just heard what you wanted to hear.
No, I think the sequel was literally just a gag at the end.
No, there was actually news.
No, like I remember reading an
ago,
article.
I think.
Yeah, in
that
the
they
last
might
few
make one.
years about how it was going to be out any day.
Yeah, and then like they were like, maybe we won't because the first one was really bad and nobody liked it.
It was great.
You're such a curmudgeon.
You just hate happiness.
I don't hate happiness. I just don't like Kung Pao.
Ha!
I
Penis.
know you like Kung Pao.
It's not that funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, if you're stupid.
Neo.
Sparring.
It's a funny goddamn movie,
It's really funny,
Mr. Scrooge.
actually.
I mean, my sub notification that I've had for like
7 years
now. Yeah, like that's a lot of nuts, which is literally from Kung Pao.
Oh, you know, I forgot that.
I thought that
Yeah,
was
I know.
Anchorman.
No.
That's the Plums one.
Yeah, no, actually,
That's
No.
from Eastbound and Down, actually.
not only is that from Eastbound and Down, that's from the bloopers of Eastbound and Down.
Oh yeah, that's not even in the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure it's not from Anchorman? Because
I'm
I have
100%
that in my head for some reason, and I don't know why.
It is Will Ferrell.
Oh.
He was in other things besides Anchorman.
yeah.
Yeah, he's played Will Ferrell in many media properties.
He really has. Oh, that's bad.
If you release him into the wild, would you say he's gone feral? Thanks, Bear. Hey, come on. My joke the other day on Twitter was fucking great.
What was your joke the other day on
My
Twitter?
joke
the
the
beta?
other day on Twitter, yeah, the beta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather
I
be a
didn't see
beta
that
male
one.
than an alpha male because I'm closer to full release. I just
I
thought
saw
of
it.
that out of nowhere, and I was
Oh,
like,
I
tweet
like
it.
it.
It's time to tweet it.
I saw it and
good
I
tweet.
thought it was a great tweet, but I didn't like or retweet it.
Yeah. Same.
That's what the like button is for.
Same situation.
Yeah. I was like, this has the potential to be huge if Ryan retweets it, which he didn't.
Son and like audibly groaned.
So it's not the same as Bear, because Bear said he liked it.
Yeah, I think I genuinely liked it. I think
Well,
he
I was just
sort of-
being polite.
You know, I thought with all your DAE, you would relate to it.
Ryan does relate to being a beta male.
It was
Yeah,
like the
it's true.
intersection of like
Oh, return to menu.
got 69.
Return to menu.
Return to menu.
video game.
I have no mouth on that. There we go.
Video game humor and like sexual humor, and I was like, these two things. There should be a separation of concerns.
It's like classic G4, you know? Remember that?
Well, I'm going to
I
pull an
miss
old school
G4.
NLSS and say, everyone watching, please retweet that, because I want it to go as viral as possible. Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll go retweet it now.
Thank
That
you.
was good.
Yeah, viralize it, dude.
We used to
The
do this
server-
all the time. We would do like a favorite tweet of the day, and then we'd all retweet it. Those are the
Did I have,
days.
I had
Those
a
are good
joke the
times.
other day, didn't I? Hold on.
You always
Joke.
have good jokes, Rob.
Oh, thanks.
I muted you, Rob.
My goal with Twitter is to exclusively tweet things that make Ryan unhappy.
Hey, that's my goal too.
Nice.
I think that's what we all do.
30% of your tweets are like Bill Wirtz quotes, and then the other 70% are like, "Sorry, I slept in." And I am unhappy when you sleep in, because then I have to watch Dan's stream.
He's been playing Spelunky though,
He has been playing Spelunky.
which has to be a good time.
He's also been playing Tarkov, and I just don't get that.
I don't
game.
like that game, yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Really?
I'll
That's
play
surprising.
Tarkov with you, Rob.
I'd play it.
You're
It
a
seems
man of
interesting.
taste.
It's just the number of times I see him like spots an NPC, but you don't know if it's an NPC or a real person for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He spots them, and then he goes like, "Oh!" And then he just pumps them full of lead while they look straight up into the sky. And then he's like, "Let's go!" And then he shot cannon fodder. It's not a real human being.
Yeah, I can. As soon as I, because no one told me there was AI in that game, and that it wasn't all players. And
Yeah.
the first time I played it, I was like, "What is this?"
I think it's mostly AI.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
most
it's like a server full of AI with like up to like 5 other people.
It's like Dark Souls invasions, kind of.
Dude, but what about that other not battle royale kind of battle royale game. It's called like The Hunt or something.
Yeah, it was awful.
I watched some play of that, and I was like, no, thank you.
I think it looked better in theory than it did in execution when I was watching Twitch streamers play it, but...
Have any of you ever played Ice Lakes? Fishing game?
No.
No, but we talked about it last time.
They've added a battle royale mode to Ice Lakes.
Oh my god.
Where you have to like fish in a circle that's sharing.
Bear, you need to unready.
Oh, my bad. And Nick, can you join?
I was trying, yeah, I just got kicked.
Okay.
I have something that will make everyone in here mad except me and Justin.
It's World of Warcraft related.
It's World of Warcraft.
Excuse me?
Me, or I say me and Justin, but mostly Justin started a World of Warcraft guild.
Yeah, I've unleashed a plague. I'm really proud of myself.
And like 15 people have been infected with it.
I'm not following you into that.
That's fair. I understand.
I've got thousands of hours in that game. I'm never playing it again. I can't do it.
You should consider playing with us.
Not ever playing it again.
Because I think you'd have a good time.
Which game are we talking
World
about?
of Warcraft.
Oh god. Yeah,
Rob, you played World of Warcraft like a year ago with Cam and me.
I know.
Well, that was like 3 years ago, but still.
I got out. I'm not going back in.
Yeah, that seems smart.
You know, although when we did play, like, however many years ago that was now, that's weird that that was multiple years ago.
It was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. But when we did that, I was happy that I had no desire to play it, really, like when I was playing it. Whereas I used to, back in the day.
Wait, there's boost pads.
I
I just feel like, you ever heard the expression that like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? That's why I just can't get into. You're like, oh, play Dota again. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been very responsible with Dota though.
I've been pretty responsible playing Dota since I've played more when I've been back, actually.
Probably a very light amount of Dota right now.
I would play 12 hours of WoW where all I would do is look for herbs and I would listen to music. And that was all I would do. That's not okay.
I just sit there and go fishing.
I'm gonna die if I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't make me.
And
I mean, if you can monetize
the hundreds or thousands of people watching you play WoW for 12 hours, like it's a second order level of doing that.
Probably worse, but back then no one was watching me. I was just doing it for my own sake.
At that point, you're like actually like a societal pathogen.
Yeah. I don't want to be a carrier.
I almost finally did it.
I did it! I got in the hole!
Nice!
Hoy!
I watched you do that.
Perfect shot.
I've never been able to do that one.
Oh man, not even close.
Well, you know, actually in a similar vein, because I remember when we were kids, like there was all those news stories like, is WoW killing the nation's youth?
Yes.
Yeah. And but I've started to see like news articles with that, basically the same template except replace WoW with
Fortnite. Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Well, WoW has literally killed people before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Fortnite might have by now.
Yeah. We'll still have a lot of like Korean MMOs too.
Yeah.
You know, I was so bad that, you know, there was this guy that leveled to the level cap just in Goldshire, killing like the bears and wolves or whatever around. I looked at that and I was like, that guy did something great. That's how bad I was.
No, I think that was just a stealth
It's brave, man.
Did you land at the end of the tube?
I'm mad.
Get out of there. You can't get out. Get out of there.
Come on, dude. It's like the slowest way conceivable.
My best experience with World of Warcraft is
uninstalling
it. Well, one time I went into the starter zone as a higher level man, and people were asking questions, and keep in mind I was like 11, all right? But people were asking questions. They're like, "Oh, how do you do this?" And I said, "Oh, you just press Alt F4." And just see people dissolve one after another, just logging out of the game. It was great. It was a good time.
You got him.
You just send me back to the beginning. Oh no, okay, it's not. Thank God.
Did you tell him to download more RAM too?
Yeah. classic gaming jokes.
It just reminds me of being a dick in MMOs, but I really miss in Ultima Online to repair your armor. You had to like give it to another actual player. Who was a blacksmith. So I would just stand by the forge, being like, "Armor repairs," and someone give me their armor. This is great. I miss it.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Hey, can I trim your armor? I'm playing RuneScape.
I
remember when we would sign on, like when we were very young, probably like 10, to Excite to play board games. I think it was excite.com. We would play ranked chess on there.
Wow.
That's where Gary Kasparov got his start, if I remember correctly.
Indeed. And
the dungeons of excite.com.
It's quite laborious, but we would only host games, and we would make it so that there was no time limit on the turns. So we would like rank up so fast because we would match up exclusively against the highest ranked players, and we would just bug the shit out of them until they quit. It kept working forever because they would never change the rules, and people would just keep joining our game that had no turn limit. And then eventually one person joined that just had infinite patience and was like, I got nothing to do. Yeah, here, we can, if you want to take 3 days to take your turn, that's fine with me. So
children are the worst.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I used to ruin games of Scrabble on games.com with my friends. For no reason, like why? We were children.
Yeah. How do you ruin a game of Scrabble?
So, in that Scrabble, the only way, it would accept anything you put on the table. And the person after you had to challenge it. So if I was in a game with my friend and I was after him, he could put any old bullshit he wanted on the table and I'd be like, yeah, that's a word. People get really upset.
My word is goobabile. Sounds good to me.
My word is 14 Fs all in a row.
I'll never forget. I feel like I think it was hand jobbing was the one that like someone just lost their mind. They're like, it's not even a word. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's when you keep saying a hand job. You're hand jobbing. The person's losing their mind. Like,
dude, those like trolls on places like that where it's just like you're trolling like one person.
Yeah.
You're the only person that gets to experience.
There's no audience either. Like it's just
there's no audience. Yeah,
very inefficient.
That's true.
But like, but it makes me like, you know, I'm glad you told that story because it gives me some understanding of why this is still happening. And I say it's still happening because, like I said, I was on that that voice acting website.
Oh yeah.
That free voice acting website, and people were trolling in there. It's like, oh yeah, submit your audition for the role of Audrey, and then be like, fuck you, idiot. It's just like, what?
That's quite the troll farting.
It's like, no one's gonna see this. Why are you doing this?
They don't even get to like hear the reaction to it. They just have to imagine that it's going to be unpleasant for this person.
And those people who would corrupt your Diablo 2 characters back in the day on BattleNet, I don't know what's going through their minds, why they want to hate everyone. But like, what are you getting out of that? You just ruined all my fun for no reason? Because I matched up in the same room?
It sounds like you're mad, which means they won.
The trolling has
to this day, he has still gotten into your head about it. Yeah, so that is the ultimate troll.
Yeah, I guess they got me.
Is this a hoy? Oh no, it is a hoy. Let's go.
Mine's not a hoy. It just
mine's
threw
a
me the fuck out.
Yeah, it just spits you out like yesterday's garbage.
Yeah.
My
what
word
about
is
today's garbage?
Blue XZQ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chat, you weren't the ones.
I was so saved.
Chad, if you were one of the ones that took my character in Diablo 2, you gotta tell me. I'm gonna report you. You gotta tell me.
I was watching that documentary about Second Life, which was really entertaining and not at all concerning on a multitude of different levels. There's like a woman in Second Life who ran a literal 6-figure business. Like she made her own clothes and then sold them. But then some dude figured out how to like exploit the game, and you could just dupe items, and then he just flooded the market with her items. I don't want to call them counterfeit because like
Right.
Velocity girl.
Yeah, that's the,
You see what I mean here.
yeah.
So her whole business was destroyed. She was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, or at least over $100,000 a year.
Damn.
She took him to court, and he lost. He had to pay her $600.
Damn.
Oh my god.
$600. And then like he had the perfect troll response after he lost the judgment. He was basically like, I don't see why everyone's so mad. It's just a game. I was like, that's just ignorant, man.
That's so cool.
Well, all right. So here's something similar, and I've struggled with this throughout the years, thinking like, should I feel bad about this? And
Did you take my character, Justin?
so, like,
Did you stand by me in Halo, Justin?
so like, back to Ultima Online, the server I played on, like there were items you can get in the game worth like upwards of like a couple $100.
Yeah.
If you sell it on eBay. So there were people that, that was their business. They would, farm these champion spawns and do things for their business. So I would follow them and steal from them constantly. But like stealing was a game mechanic. Like,
Right,
it was
yeah.
like an actual skill. But like they would do a champion spawn, and when the champion spawn's done, like all the things pop on the ground and these scrolls pop in their backpack. I would just follow them and then steal the thing out of their backpack. Or kill them and take all the stuff off the floor. And like one time I got a serious death threat from one of the guys, and he was like, "You're ruining my livelihood." And I was like, "I'm a child playing a video game." So
That was your exact response.
In the long run, the answer is I don't feel bad.
You should. That's part of the game.
That guy should feel bad for threatening your life.
In
I
fact,
agree with
those
that.
items are probably valuable because they can be stolen and you could lose them, and they,
All right, that makes no sense.
Well, no, the idea being that like
If they were easy to get, they wouldn't
Yeah.
be worth it.
Yeah, no,
It's
I look at my
scarce
TV in
because-
my bedroom and go, someone could steal that. It's worth a lot.
No, but I'm saying like it's scarce, and the scarcity could come from people
Yeah.
stealing it or destroying it or killing.
You phrased it really weirdly, though.
Yeah, like it's only worth something because it could be stolen.
Yeah.
We're really going down this pedantic train of like continuing to double down on the understanding what I meant and.
I used to play Anarchy Online a long time ago, another
Oh, that was
MMO.
a fun one.
And I had a lot of hours in that as well, and I got to this big important quest where my character was supposed to get to another level of some kind of advancement in something. I don't remember what it was. But I finished the quest, I was going to turn it on, I was turning it in, I was going to get my items, and the goddamn game ate my items. And I was so mad, I kept writing emails to them and they wouldn't help me. And like, of all the people to gank me of my items, the game itself shouldn't be one of them. And they just had no love lost for me. They didn't care at all. They just said, do it again. I'm like, well, no, I'm just going to quit. And then I never played it again.
Well,
Yeah.
And that was my sad story about Anarchy Online.
Let's
I
yeah, go on.
I feel like 3 people tried to talk, so I didn't know you could go on. And I still won't.
I refuse.
I was gonna go. You go ahead.
I never got into Warcraft to the degree that I was like raiding, which I think people really loved.
That's the best part.
Yeah, see, that was
Allegedly.
not my jam.
Same. I wasn't into it either.
I couldn't
I
do the
always-
heroics.
Yeah.
I tried to, and they were too hard for me. Sorry.
I don't think did they have heroics in the game when I played like
Expansion 1.
yeah, okay, yeah. I played like before Burning Crusade and then like a bit of Burning Crusade. And then I quit. So I was like, this game sucks.
Yeah, I just skipped it.
It didn't suck, it was just too addictive.
Yeah. The only enjoyment I derived from World of Warcraft was like getting in a Ventrilo room and fucking around with my friends and leveling together. But then once Burning Crusade came out, they were like, well, I gotta get to the level cap as soon as possible. And they would just like be in a Ventrilo server together, but not playing it all together. And it's like, this feels like it's not a game.
Because they want to raid.
I was the second one in my guild to reach the level cap on the first expansion. I was very proud of myself.
This is the duality of chat right here. is back-to-back messages. Best thing is leveling for me. And next, why would you play WoW if you are going to raid? Like, that's I feel the same way. Like,
for me, I rushed up to level cap because I wanted to PvP. That was my drive. It's like I wanted to go fight.
I built it, and yes, this is apparently what it's called. I built a twink. Back in old.
That is what
it is what it's called.
Yeah, that is what it's called. And, I built a level 19 twink for Battlegrounds. Back
For your alt tune.
All right. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Did you know of which context did you know the word twink first?
I think I actually knew it in the World of Warcraft context.
I knew it in the video game sense first.
It was the other way for
and
me.
When I found out what it was, I was like,
yeah.
It was real awkward when someone that I knew at work said that to me. Was the first time I'd heard it in the MMO context, and I was like, dude, what? We're at work. What are you doing? What?
Oh, that's so good.
I have a question unrelated to World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then you can laugh and then correct me, okay?
Okay.
Is the homosexual twink phrase called a twink because, like a Twinkie, they get the cream filling?
I never thought of that. I don't think so, but I never thought of that.
That's so adorable.
I'm gonna imagine no is the answer to that, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
End stream.
Yeah, all right.
So nobody knows.
I mean,
Nobody knows.
The counterpart, some would say the antonym to twink would be bear.
Hi.
Slang.
What about an otter, though?
A bear has nothing to do with cream, so I would imagine.
That's what you think. That's what you think. Oh.
And also caramello.
Can you be a bear and a twink and an otter, or do you have to pick one?
Wait, what's an otter?
Choose your.
I think it's like a bear but hairless.
How could you be a bear and an otter then? That doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just the one in the middle.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't actually know either. People asking me, I don't fucking know.
Huh. You know, by the way, this reminds me of
Otter is bear but not big. Okay, got it.
This is like a literal Always Sunny bit of them, a bunch of straight guys discussing the different.
It was actually D talking to Dennis when they did it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I'm not a scholar, so I haven't watched that much of It's Always Sunny.
Do you like anything? Is there anything that you enjoy?
I like a lot of things, and
He
then
likes
when
Isaac.
when I say them, people go, "Oh, that's not a thing."
Well, okay, name one.
I like spending time with my wife.
That's not a thing.
My wife. Not. You know exactly what we're talking about. You're playing into your own.
Happy
hand
anniversary. I hope you had a nice day.
Thank you so much for the respectful deference to my familial holiday.
See,
I
why do you
appreciate
gotta turn
great
it around on the rest of us when he's just saying a nice thing?
Yeah, he's just trying to be nice to you. It's not the rest of us being an asshole.
I said thank you. I had a nice day and a nice dinner. It was a good time.
What else do you like?
I'm gonna blow everyone's fucking mind here.
All right.
Someone has linked me a giant paragraph. I'll read it for you real quick. Another possible origin of the term may be a derivation from the snack cake Twinkie, commonly regarded as the quintessential junk food.
Get out.
Really?
Little nutritional value, sweet to the taste and cream filled.
Wow.
Did I tell you?
Huh.
It's real?
Are twinks known as things that are sweet to the taste as well? Is that something?
I think
that
they
I'm
have
learning?
to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Huh. You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm mostly annoyed because that paragraph was not that large.
Well, I only read half of it.
Oh, what's the other half?
It talks about cum.
Oh,
Well, that's the bit we wanted to hear.
Yeah, get me in, dude.
Get
I'm
in
ready.
there.
saving the best part for later.
Wow. Like a Twinkie.
Yes.
You eat around the cream? Like a cob of corn?
No, I eat the inside first.
You suck it out. You hold the end.
That's called snowballing. Snowballing is an entirely different treat.
That makes me really uncomfortable. Someone like biting a Twinkie and then sucking all the cream out of it. That's not okay.
Oh yeah, I'm just picturing the guy with like a stack of Twinkies and he's just sucking them and throwing them.
Like pulling the grenade pin out.
It's like an edamame Twinkie. Like, just got a shelling bowl.
Ryan likes to suck the cream. Ryan likes his wife. What else?
Like, what else are we doing on the show? Or what?
Yeah, you talking about the next bit, or are you talking about antics?
I don't know. Whatever you want it to be.
I've been enjoying riding my bike, although the bike shop still has not given me a telephone call, and it's pissing me off because they told me it was going to be ready on Tuesday, and now I'm in this weird situation where I don't know if they were going to call me if it was going to be early, but they assumed that if they didn't call me, I would just show up on Tuesday, and it hasn't shown up yet. So I don't know.
And now it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday now. You are correct.
Call me anything, just not late for dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna phone them.
What the fuck, man?
That was weird. Yeah.
What?
God launched to the moon.
Nice.
You got your pump though, so that's good.
I did get my pump. Yeah.
Gotta let up.
Gonna do some pumping later.
Well, if I have a bike, yeah.
Pump it up.
Otherwise, I don't even want to know what this depression would do to other parts of my body.
Depression.
What else do you like?
I mean, now we're bordering on like caricature, but like, you know, I like going to class. I like what I'm learning right now.
Are you actually out of things?
What do you mean out of things? What do you like?
It's high up on the list.
What do you like? And don't name a media property.
I like playing piano.
That's acceptable. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I like playing the guitar too.
I like learning Playmaker and streaming.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like art. I like music. I like making music on my guitar.
You can't just say, "Hey, I'm Nick, 32-year-old male. I like movies and music." You know, it's just the most generic thing. You gotta give me something more than that if you're gonna be joining in on the make fun of me train.
All right.
My name is Rob, and I like to party. Now, Ryan.
Okay, so like down-tuned guitar that sounds specifically like technical death metal.
Never forget who threw the first fucking stone. As we go deeper and deeper into this conversation.
If you want to think maybe something like Periphery or Tesseract, tune the guitar that low. I don't have an 8-string, unfortunately, but that's the kind of sound that I like to make when I want to make a genty
Party.
Yeah, when I want to party.
Right.
Is that specific enough, or would you like me to go further?
I mean, it is still music, but I'll accept it.
He did exclusively say don't.
Wait,
name
so
it
I can't use music? That's off the table?
I mean, when you playing guitar, yeah.
I don't like music anymore. Okay, I don't like music.
Nah, you don't like music. That's true.
I'm being gaslit a little bit. But nothing unusual for this show.
I mean, can we also though? In the whole gaslighting situation, can we also talk about who did throw the first stone?
Was it me?
That was me, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the guy who said, "Well, I'm not a scholar, so I actually don't."
Oh, that's I insulted the revered "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia," the canonized.
These are the stones. They're flying.
These are the stones you cast upon us.
Barbed
You actually
stones.
like anything? And I said, I'm engaging in many pursuits that I enjoy. And,
I got 2.
I was mocked, and then the responses came in. I like, this television program.
Nobody said that.
I went a little too generic, unfortunately, so I really botched it up.
I like this genre of media.
All right, we got to name like one specific hobby that doesn't involve a screen of any kind.
No screens.
Drawing.
Cooking.
I like hiking. Does that count?
That totally counts.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Go.
I like going to the aquarium.
But then you said it involves a
I
string,
don't
and
think that counts.
I can't go to the aquarium?
That's
As
not
a
like a
stream.
hobby. That's just like
That's
a
not-
particular activity.
That's something you do like less than 3 times a year, probably.
Yeah, I guess. What if I include museums of all kinds? So like fish museums, art museums, anything that involves looking at things in walls.
You
I'd
go
say
to a
that
museum once a month or more.
I would if I could, but no, I can't. And
I would say for now you're an aspirational museum goer.
Can I say, as an aside, I really like the idea of calling aquariums fish museums.
Those are
Wait,
good.
that's new to you? I've never thought of them as anything but that. They're just paintings that move, really.
I mean, it's not wrong, really.
As far as I'm concerned, they're two-dimensional. I don't know what's going on behind that pane of glass.
They very well could be. I mean, I'm not putting my hand in there, right? So.
Oh my god, you can
they're
launch over
fish-
this damn wall.
Fish dealerships.
Well, you don't buy the
That's
fish
like a
at the
pet store,
aquarium.
yeah.
You can't buy the fish?
No.
You've been buying
Sure,
fish.
enough money you can buy.
You think you can go to like
There's no
the
way they would
aquarium
sell fish.
and buy an orca?
No, like, hear me out. You go to a museum, and they're like, oh, well, if you want this painting, it's just, you know, put in this much money, and maybe we'll send it to your museum. I imagine the fish would work the same way.
I think you've been running into some IRL HCJustins who have been swindling you out of your money.
No!
Just watch the Thomas Crown affair or something. Like, this is...
Justin got me again. First he took my Diablo character, now this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think you can take art from art museums if you're rich enough.
I don't know
they
if
just
you-
let
That's
you
taking something.
There's no way an aquarium would let
If
you
you're
walk
rich
out
enough,
with a
they
fish.
just let you take it.
If you gave them enough money, there's
Yeah.
they would absolutely let you walk out
I want
with a
this
fish.
jellyfish. I'll give you $100,000 for it. They're giving it to you. Fuck
Yeah,
yes.
they would name the jellyfish tank after you from then on out. They'd be so psyched.
So I'm correct in saying all of that. You can take the fish.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't
don't
love to see. That's like a new Johnny Knoxville bit. The classic gangster. You'd be like, go
Now
to
that
the
he's
Vancouver
rich,
Aquarium, watch the orca show, and then be like, yeah, it looks good. I'll take it.
Dude, yo, that actually would be the greatest next level jackass now that they're all like millionaires. It's just
Waste their money in stupid ways.
yeah, like
No
just
way
see
they're
a
not.
jackass of just like, what can rich people get away with?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to see an actual, like, real life punked indecent proposal.
okay.
I think you
explain.
also just like described like Bam and Jerry's life. For jackass.
It's like, you know, Indecent Proposal is the movie where, like, Demi Moore is dating, I think, Woody Harrelson. And then I think it's Robert Redford. He's like, hey, I'm very rich. I want to have sex with your girlfriend for $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Would that be okay?
That is indecent.
And then, you know, they have it becomes indecent. Yeah, there's some indecent proposals that happen. I don't know what the movie's named after. It all sounds above board to me, as long as they had like a lawyer look at it. But
Yeah, it kind of sounds indecent from the get-go if he's asking the boyfriend.
well, you know, it was the 80s.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I want to see that, but in like real life, and the people don't know they're being filmed, and just like rip the family apart.
Dude, yo, okay, so there was this show that only lasted like 5 episodes, and it was basically the premise of the show was it hooked you up to a lie detector.
Oh, I know.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea was they're gonna ask you some like really, you know, home-hitting questions.
Home hitting.
Home hitting.
Right
At home.
Right, you're right in the home, and seeing if you want to keep going and get more money.
Yeah.
There was one episode where, dude,
They got him right in the home?
they got him right in the hole.
No.
like literally,
This
literally,
one
like,
time?
they got the it is the cringiest episode of television of anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's what the one where, as they get further and further up, they're like, "Hey, if your ex-boyfriend wanted to fuck you behind your current boyfriend's
Yeah.
back, would you let him do it?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then, ding!
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
get the
that was-
boyfriend out and shit too, and it's just like,
Yeah, that was a good one.
mhm.
On this episode, home gets hit.
But for $1 million,
Home
every couple would consider it for $1 million.
Oh, we're not gonna do a typing race?
It was for like $100,000.
That maybe not.
But
You don't want to do a typing race?
Let's do an NLSS version of the
NLSS.
detector.
NLSS.
I mean,
How you gonna detect?
Sure,
We just get a lie
not
detector.
for $1 million.
For $1 million?
I mean, first off, it's not up to me.
No, I know. I mean, as a couple, you would make the decision together. Is all I'm saying.
Would
Doesn't
you
seem like a good
potentially
enough value.
destroy your marriage for $500,000?
See, that's what I'm getting at.
That's essentially
If
what
you
you're-
haven't seen Indecent Proposal, like, it doesn't end well. They don't get the $1 million and then everything's like happy at that point.
Well, you get 500 up front and 500 at the end.
Then like she starts dating Robert Redford, but
Well, it's
becomes,
Robert
like,
Redford. What do you expect?
It becomes like
That's a
a
great
whole
point.
thing, and it's anyway. It doesn't work out well for them. I think
Everyone
somebody
would
dies at
consider
the
it.
end.
Everyone
I
would
can't-
consider it at least, right?
I did see there was like a millennial tweet that was like, I watched Indecent Proposal, and like if somebody asked if they could sleep with my girlfriend for $1 million, this would be my reaction. And it was like a guy holding his girlfriend's legs open.
Oh God.
Like they were training for like yoga or something like that, and it had been taken out of context. But it's like he was holding her heels like out at arm's length. And I was like, that's a funny tweet with some troubling implications. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll be back to play some Quiplash in just a moment.
I like that game.
That's not human trafficking, chat. Come on.
Oh man.
You're trafficking something else to the human at that point.
Yeah, it's sex trafficking. It's not
Yeah.
human trafficking.
If you think about it, driving to the freaking grocery store is human trafficking.
Nah, you're telling me.
Yeah. You're a
You're in
human
traffic.
in
6
traffic.
p.m..
Yeah. What if human traffickers get in traffic?
I don't like this.
Does it cancel out? And
Does
they're
they
humans
just
now? Does they just cancel out? Can I just be a human?
Justin, have you ever met a doomsday prepper in Florida?
No. I've met no one.
You're so all about this.
No. I mean, I
Oh,
would have no
no.
way of knowing if someone was one or not.
They
I
would
guess.
probably tell you in like a matter of seconds.
Yeah, they're like vegans that way.
Making enemies today, huh?
Yeah.
I guess I should speak for myself, really.
I just wanted to, put out a shot, let it fly.
Let it ring out.
Sometimes you gotta. I haven't encountered. Like, I thought I was gonna encounter way more like lunatics.
Yeah.
There's not been too many. There's been a few.
Yeah.
Some funny people.
Are they like
All right.
the?
So this is. I feel like I had to preface this with like, I'm not trying to be political. But this is a funny thing that I saw, and it was someone wrote on a white sheet, like it looked like Clerk style.
White
just
sheet in
said-
the South is not a good way to start.
I'm
a
not going
story.
I'm going to Jason. I'm not going there. And all they wrote on it was Donald Trump, the president of the United States. It was hanging off the garage. and I saw it and I was like, all right. Like, true.
Nailed it.
This is correct. Yes.
And I just want to picture that person.
Standing there after drawing on it with a marker, all proudly like, yeah, that's right. I am
Well,
correct about this.
He believes that he's triggering the libs as they drive by.
Hi,
President.
He triggered me to have a good smile and a hearty laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Not my president.
We've got a code.
You do
Oh.
have a code.
The code.
Code side.
It's a good code.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
What are
alright.
life's 3 greatest pleasures?
Food, sleeping, and masturbation.
Well, I would change masturbation to another one.
Food.
I'm really on a current vibe right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sex, food, and personal fulfillment.
Action Comics 1,
Nice.
a real nice pen. And some blankets.
To kill your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their enemies.
Who hasn't gone?
I mean, that's basically like a Quiplash prompt that you just.
Yeah, I know.
It's a much better Quiplash prompt than a lot of the ones we
waiting
get.
for them to give us one, so I thought we'd start.
Gotta make a custom Quiplash set, man.
Ooh. Can you believe that we've been doing this show for so long, and with all the like controversial and incendiary issues we pretend to have no stance on, we've never accidentally said something extremely regrettable?
Well, I mean, I just had my moment today, so
Yeah, that DJ Khaled impression
I'm
was
still really sorry.
Yeah.
I mean all the shit I say. You know?
Hi, Hafu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hello, Hafu.
Hi.
The thing is, though, like, Nick, if you ever get accused of being like really racist,
Yeah.
what you should do is just start a podcast and a Patreon.
Okay.
And then that's like
Ooh, is
your
this
escape
topical?
plan.
What's the podcast?
Just owning the libs. Taking like one news story out of context that's completely ridiculous and pretending that the entire half of the country that supports that belief acts exactly the same way.
This is gonna help me?
Well, you make a lot of money.
Oh.
Kennedy's original speech said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what's love got to do with it, or what you can do for a Klondike bar."
Both decent.
start.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good quality.
Yeah, strong start.
I'm
Make a
into it.
podcast called "What's the Problem." I think Lemmy would take issue with that.
I feel shitty about my answers now.
He tweeted a picture
too
of
good.
himself in an orgy of himself the other day, and I felt kind of weird
Nice.
about it.
Wait,
An orgy of himself?
an orgy of himself? Did
Yeah.
he clone himself and have sex with a bunch of copies of
He
himself?
took like 4 pictures in different positions. One of them was him ramming himself in the ass in his hotel room, and he tweeted it. So if you want to see
Yo.
Lemmy butt naked, it's on his Twitter.
If you could ram yourself in the ass, would you do it?
Depends. Is it before or after the colonoscopy?
A surprising thing to find stuck to the bottom of your shoe. The lamentations of your women or your sense of purpose.
Yeah, you know, both pretty good. You know.
The chat is on board with that. Goddamn.
Well, I mean, why not?
Well,
I don't think I have a fuckable ass.
You don't think so?
Why do you say that?
that's
Look,
a
I'm all for
line from the
self-deprecating
LSS right
humor,
there.
but this is a little much. Why do you think
It's
this?
too far. Come on. Be nice to yourself. You got a great ass, Ryan.
I have a hairy butthole.
Yeah.
And if I'm fucking my own ass, I don't want to fuck a hairy butt.
That's fair.
That's you actually convinced me.
Yeah,
That's fair.
you know, you convinced me too.
Fairest statement you could ever
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
I'm out.
An unusual special skill to include on your resume. Real good dome or quumming.
Nice. Yeah. You know, I mean, like I've read about people who are flexible enough to suck their own dick,
Yeah.
and most of the time, anecdotally, they say it feels a lot more like sucking a dick than it does getting your dick sucked. You know. So I would imagine if you had a dick long enough to fuck yourself in the ass, it'd probably feel more like you're getting fucked in the ass than you.
No,
fucking
but
an
like,
ass.
see, what I think is that you have people who are bad at sucking dick.
Might be right. I mean, he's got a good point.
What's the best way to suck a dick?
Look,
You do that little rotator.
what's really in a camel's hump? Depends. Is it a twink or poo?
Yeah.
Bear, you're such an enabler on this stuff.
Vote poo.
Well, you tongue up that hard bit on the shaft, and then you do that little rotator move.
The
with your
glands.
wrist. Yeah. And then you
And then you grapefruit him.
Yikes.
They need to do the grapefruit. Yeah.
What's the eggplant?
It's an aubergine.
I'll tell you when you're older.
The eggplant is just an emoji that looks phallic.
That's all?
That's why they put it with the 3 drops all the time.
Yeah, it's like a coded conversation. It's a hieroglyph.
I learned about this on the news.
Recently, that is way too big.
Yeah.
It's top
Not
heavy.
with that attitude.
Smaller than an eggplant. Tells me everything I need to know. Most people think Julius Caesar said "Et tu, Brute" when he got stabbed, but what he really said was "What the fuck, Richard?" or "E do, Brute."
I don't like E2 Broody. I
Like
voted
these.
for what the fuck, Richard? But it was before I read E2 Broody.
E2 Broody.
E2 Broody.
Because he was stabbed. He was really in a panic, you know?
Hell,
Yeah.
blood in his mouth.
Yeah.
Blub, 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 blub.
Oh my god. Got destroyed.
I just really like the What the Fuck Richard
Oh.
video.
I
It's
can't
so
believe
funny.
you've done this. That would have been good too.
An inventive way to get rid of head lice. Have Superman throw you into the sun, or new head.
Really good answer so far.
Yeah. And Bear, how do you give good head?
What's the difference between "What the fuck, Richard" and "What the fuck, Gavin"? Because I know that one. That's where the
What?
guy makes like he takes a vape hit and then makes like a tornado, and then his friend just blows it away. And then the guy
No,
goes,
that guy just goes, dude.
no, he goes, "What the fuck, Gavin?" So, Adam, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but okay. Well, What the Fuck
Adam.
Richard is like 3, like I want to say they're like 14, and they're playing that frisbee golf game, and he goes to throw
Oh,
it, and
I've heard of that.
he just throws it right into like the highway next to him, right into like a car, and his friend goes, "What the fuck, Richard?"
Catch him,
So
Derry!
good. It is a real good video.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh man.
I think the best way to give head would probably be to, like, you know, you got to pay a lot of attention to the balls. I think they're
Yeah,
like
put them in a
very-
vacuum.
Yeah, underrated feature of a blowjob.
Mhm.
You got to give the grundle a good chundle, you know.
That's right. There's even a round for it.
Fleshy fun bridge.
I don't like these answers at all.
Yeah, I don't like that first one, really.
This stream is offensive to asexuals. Well, looks like I'm starting a podcast, but I can't tell jokes anymore. I almost replied to your tweet today, Justin, with the video you tweeted of ammunition getting verbally
that
abused for being a woman. And I was like,
Oh,
man,
boy.
all the tweets that I'm gonna make are just not gonna be taken the right way. I had to stop myself because I was like, hey, this is a really good opportunity for me to make a funny joke here. And then I played the tape forward in my head and was like, nah, dude, not at all. I just gotta keep my mouth shut and like.
Yeah.
Do you find that, like, as you're growing in Twitter following, you're more inclined not to tweet things these days?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
I just tweet dumb shit day in, day out.
Enjoy it.
I tend to be going the other way, actually. I seem to be more
Yeah.
free to tweet things
I
lately.
noticed.
What the hell does that mean?
Do I make you nervous? Do you think I'm gonna erode?
nervous, baby?
Because someone said on Reddit once that I should not be trusted with the NLSS brand, and I was just curious if that's true. Maybe I shouldn't be.
Oh, this hurts.
Wow.
The title of a podcast you would never listen to: Roundtable or Best Way to Own the Libs.
It's gonna hurt a lot more if Ryan put Roundtable on there.
It's a bad name. You know it's a
Does that
bad
make you
name.
nervous, baby?
I recently deleted a tweet.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, a month ago. I was like, I made it like a little political joke, and I was like, yeah, people are immediately fighting in the replies. I'm just gonna delete that. It's not worth it.
I think I did see it get deleted. Yeah, I never saw what it originally was.
I forgot.
Made
what
me
it was,
curious,
it's
but I
like,
guess I won't ask now.
I was just
My
like,
tweet today's getting
not worth it.
a little juicy with like 1 or 2 tweets, but I just laugh at them.
A terrible name for a clown. Mr. Cream Pies or Grundle the Taint Burglar?
You can't run off with one of those.
All right.
I got your tape.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Pennywise.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that in any way.
Well, I think again, this person might be watching the show, but I was tweeting about Doomsday Preppers, which is like my
This
part-time
is like
job
the
these
fifth
days.
time
I
you
know.
talked about this.
The tweet was basically
I think we know what Ryan likes, actually.
you know,
Yeah.
there's like an EMP strike. How are you preparing for it? And they were like, we're teaching our 8-year-old how to shoot an assault rifle. And then we got like 10 tweets that were like, haha. And then one tweet that was like, please don't tweet about politics. I can't escape it anywhere in my life. So of course
That was me. I'm
I
sorry.
cyberstalked them and I clicked on their Twitter profile and all their fucking tweets are about politics. And I'm like, the problem is just that is with you, not with me making a joke about a child holding a machine that murders people. But, like,
Actually, it's not the gun that murders people, Ryan. It's people.
I tend to really like to go to Twitter to avoid politics. That's actually my go-to.
Yeah.
Oh, get
The
fucking
winner was-
owned, Justin.
kidnap their family and demand an exchange.
Yeah, why don't the bullets ever get blamed for killing people? It's not the guns that do it, it's the actual bullets.
Toasters don't toast. People toast.
A weird thing for a preacher to say, end every sermon. Dab on the sinners or I'm out, bitch.
Dab on the sinners.
I would attend that
Someone's
sermon every
probably
week.
said that before in context.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know, you're probably right. Yeah.
Ah, that's amazing.
Wait,
What does dabbing do?
it's not.
Practically speaking,
Doesn't do anything.
don't do nothing.
It annoys people who took an online IQ test and put it in their Twitter profile.
Have all of you guys? I still haven't dabbed. Like
I
actually.
dab.
I've
I
not
dab
dabbed.
all the time.
Not a
I
big.
dab a
I
song.
exclusively dab ironically just to make people angry, and it works.
Yeah, it works
amazingly.
beautifully. That is true. It's my favorite emote in Fortnite.
Of course, absolutely.
Oh, you mean you dab in Fortnite?
No, I
What's-
dab in real life as well. The type of life they'll probably find on Mars: very tiny Elon Musks or cinnamon.
No, I didn't dab on Roundtable. I was the one that didn't. I did not do
guys
it.
all
You can
dab,
check the
huh?
tape.
I like dabbing.
Do you?
This is
Yeah. It's like giving a thumbs up or something like that.
No.
Is that like if I asked you what other things do you like, would you say I like dabbing?
I mean, that would be like 100th.
That's too generic. That's not specific enough. I said music. That wasn't good, so why does dabbing count?
Dabbing is very specific.
No, it's an expression of emotion, just like music is. It's very generic.
It's a 4-dimensional way to place your arms.
Four-dimensional?
The 4th dimension
Goes
is
through time?
Quaternion.
I didn't hit the fucking enter button, and I'm mad.
That's good. 'Cause my answer was terrible.
What was your answer?
A nice pillow.
No, what was your answer, Justin?
I had the letter F in there and couldn't think of something, and then didn't hit the enter button in time.
That might have
to
been
do it.
better than a nice pillow.
It probably would have was.
I have a question. If you fire a gun into a
Oh boy.
like a wind that like an extremely like an air tunnel, you know, the wind tunnels, if you fire it into one blowing back at you, can the wind be strong enough to stop the bullet so it just falls down and just drops?
In real world terms, absolutely not.
Well, no, it could. It just is like math at that point.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it
what
would
I
be like-
mean.
it would- the wind would have to be blowing like 4,000 miles an hour or something like that.
Like, what if you could have a bulletproof chest where like it just excretes this tiny little beam of wind that's so strong the bullet could never
As soon
get
as
through?
you tried to hold out the gun, your arm would just snap off on your torso.
Well, maybe that would work too.
Man, I did not play my audience on this one. I just hope the people that get it appreciate what I put, is all I'll say.
How do you feel about ventriloquism?
Hate it.
Hate it?
Really,
Only
really
form of
dumb.
comedy I despise.
Not
Man.
big on it. Yeah.
It's a thing.
Is it just because of Jeff Dunham?
Yes.
Like exclusively because of him?
Yes.
Something you wouldn't expect a Ouija board to say. I'm dead, bitch. Let me sleep. Sup. It's true. Sup, ASL, Yanny, or made by Milton Bradley.
2 people went for sup, huh?
Coming.
Laurel.
It's funny too because I almost put Yanny.
Yanny.
I hear Kofefi.
Laurel.
Hey, we're not supposed to go political here. Right? Come on.
Don't go political on us now.
Is that me?
That was you.
Oh, you're welcome. For those of you in chat, you're welcome.
What's Uck?
You see, it's a Smash joke.
Laurel.
It's a version of Melee that is like, it changes the way the controller is inputted or something, and people think that it causes more phantoms, but it actually doesn't. But there's a meme about it. It's called. Don't worry about it. It's really complex, and it was really just for those people.
What's a phantom?
Thank you for
Phantom hit
off.
is when you hit someone and their hit doesn't register. It's rare, but it happens.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It told me I voted for Austin, but I absolutely didn't.
I thought a phantom hit is when you put ice in the bong so it feels like you didn't breathe in any at all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man,
A lot of bong rips.
Yanny.
dude, it's May.
Laurel.
Why isn't weed legal in Canada yet? I thought it was supposed to happen on 420 for maximum meme potential.
That would be great.
They're really dragging their heels on this one.
I'm surprised it's not like legal in Canada.
I mean, there's billions of dollars in stores that are just open and you can buy from. I
that's
guess,
what I
but
mean. Like,
I've
that's
been
why
told
it's...
by many non-cop friends of mine that you could just walk into any dispensary with cash and receive some. But
That's sort of what I'm getting at, man.
oh, it's July 18th.
Ah, happy July 18th, everybody. Blaze it.
It's not legal in the Netherlands.
718.
I thought you had like coffee shops where 19-year-old tourists go and get baked as hell.
Well, you know, recently, like a couple days ago, the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, said, "Hey, cops, stop arresting people for weed." Doesn't really mean anything legally, but he said it for some reason.
You know, Washington State is also vacating all weed charges for the last like 5 years or something.
Ah,
Which is cool.
It's not that cool.
It's pretty cool, man.
I mean, what if I murder somebody and I just hope that murder becomes legal in the next 5 years? Like, aren't we sending the wrong message to criminals?
Yeah, you know what? You're right about that. I didn't think about it that way.
Oh no. That was a bad one. I'm sorry.
This one is just make fun of the South, huh?
Oh, I'm with you on that one.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I'm so mind flooded. I can't answer this.
Like, yeah, this is hard because I want to make a reference, but it'll make me seem really bad.
Do it. You want?
What you do is you pick one of our names and then you put that in a colon, so it looks like we're saying.
I'm gonna run out of time. I'm just gonna. This is gonna be a terrible.
Like 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. Well,
An unusual theme for a kid's lunchbox. Jesus dabbing on a sinner or self-defense?
Yeah, that is unusual.
just by the way, just pick Nick's answer on mine because it's bad. Like, it's not even like funny bad. It's just
bad,
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's just not good. It's nothing good about it. Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
He was just doing a witch doctor reference.
Oh. Okay, I've crowdsourced this joke. I've got 7 lulls now, so I think it's acceptable to tell. Kratos walks into a gas station and walks to the ice freezer. The attendant walks up and asks what he's looking for. Kratos says, "I need to buy Frost."
You remember, like 2 hours ago, I said when you make your own setup for the punchline, it's the worst kind of humor ever made, combined with video game humor.
I like to tell my jokes because I think it's fun.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't spank you right now. I don't have a good enough
What?
ass.
Me? Oh.
I don't have a fuckable ass.
Damn it. They're the same thing.
Also, you said mixing video games with sex, actually.
Oh yeah, y'all just like the curse words, huh? I see how it is. If I just say the fuck word all the time, that's what'll get votes.
You see this comedian over here, he doesn't have to curse in order to make you laugh.
I like
That's
that.
what I like about him. He's clean. He's friendly to the kids.
There's Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff, but what's the Hogwarts house few have ever heard of? Sniggledorf or Publishers Clearinghouse?
Publishers Clearinghouse is good, but it's hard to compete with Sniggledorf.
You aren't actually gonna spank me, right?
I was thinking about it. Have you been a bad boy?
Okay, stop.
Yeah, yes, I have.
That's one of those shows, huh?
If you say the word boy pussy BaerTaffy, I will die happy. There you go.
Well,
I got you.
Thor's brother walks into a clothing store.
Oh, what did he
Really?
do?
Publishers Clearinghouse is what really resonated with
said,
chat?
Sir, can I help you with something? He
Yeah?
says, yes. I'm looking for something not flashy. I want to be low key.
Oh! Well
What
done.
makes hot dogs taste so good? The bones or Lenny face?
I'm buying you a drink after that for that joke. That was a good one.
You, sir, have won the internet.
I'd love to see a new play. So you made your own setup.
I did indeed. Wow, Lenny face lost. Thor's brother walked into a locksmith.
Okay, stop.
The most popular t-shirt slogan in Mississippi, probably. Here's how to spell our state name, or stupid libs.
It's stupid. Everyone knows how to spell Mississippi.
MISSI
It's the only name of like the complicated names that everyone knows how to spell. You'd spell Tennessee for me. That's the one. That,
Yeah,
fuck.
Massachusetts.
PP in
dude.
it.
That's why it's so insulting that they don't know how to spell it.
You know what's a fucked up state name? Is Hawaii.
Hawaii.
It really looks like it should just be said like Hawaii.
Kawaii.
Isn't it a different language though?
Not anymore. A great brand name for extra extra large condoms. Hogschlong or Roberts?
Wow. Rob, you're muted.
Oh, you're right. I am,
Yep.
aren't I? All right.
I got you.
I was
I had a
gonna-
feeling you'd have something to say about this.
You,
so I was
you
just-
came into that mad. So I don't know what you were saying.
Well, I was a couple of things. I was a little bit mad that Publishers Clearinghouse resonated with chat better than Sniggledorf.
I voted for it. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, that's I'm sure there's a timely reference. Everybody loves Publishers Clearinghouse. And then also, you were supposed to vote
I
against
feel
me.
the need to defend myself. It's not like Sniggledorf is clever. It just sounds like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fair. That's true.
Sounds a little weird.
And also, the one that was voted up was stupid libs. Come on now. It's just a terrible, terrible answer. I should.
I got
Wait,
0 points.
You're
Oh my
mad they
God.
voted for yours?
Yes, I should.
No.
They should punish me.
Bear
Chat.
joined the B-Rex Club.
Punish
No.
me, chat.
It was a poor effort on both of our parts, I would say.
That was the easiest answer of all time. Like 0.5 seconds. I love those.
Just get the belt out, chat, and
Do you guys keep up with the discourse?
No.
Just in general?
I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about, first of all?
That was actually very clever. Yeah, what are you? I want to know actually what discourse.
Like the discourse. Do you
Of
guys
what?
keep up with it? No. The people are the goings and comings of
Of the
Still
world
nothing.
at large?
Yeah, the world at large.
Yeah, absolutely.
I watched the Philip DeFranco show.
Oh no. Radical centrist identified.
Can you be a radical centrist?
No.
You just go deeper, I guess.
But you can't.
You go east or west or deeper.
I guess like the deepest centrist would be a person who's catatonic.
Maybe that's where the deep state is, under the centrists.
That's such a that's a very interesting thing to consider.
The worst charity: save the rich or save the rich. That's better.
All right. Yeah.
3 real.
I feel like we should get
0 points.
I agree. A unique way to escape from prison: convince them it's not a prison or cheetahs.
Oh.
I would love to watch Darren Brown break out of prison, not bake out of prison until July 18th anyway, and by just convincing the guards it was no longer a prison.
Yeah. This isn't a jail. Why would you wasting your time at a prison?
It's like that scene in The Prestige where he drops the ball and the guards all laugh at him, and then really he handcuffed the guard to the table.
Hey, got him, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
A prison is actually a sociological construct, if you think about it.
Yeah, but it also has like iron bars.
Iron bar. Right,
true,
but if the people who guard the people behind the bars don't function as the guardians,
How many millibars?
how many
are in a
millibars
prison?
until Albert Einstein?
A horrible pickup line.
This is crazy.
Hey, are you an angel? Because holy shit, haha. Says you owe me a hand job.
Oh man!
They're both really good. The first one's fucking hilarious.
Oh jeez.
Being taken out of context.
You bill, bro?
Are you an H? Because holy shit.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
A prank the Supreme Court justices probably play on each other, telling each other it's Alt F4 to cast a vote. On those roads.
Oh yeah. That's quality.
They're going
So
to cut off your head mañana. I saw it in chat. I had to read it.
I mean, it's a timely reference. Good old laser mission. There's some real good moments in Abraxas Bear.
Yeah, Braxis is real good.
Dude,
Yeah.
that Alt F4 was extremely great.
It was a good joke. That was quality.
I like that you didn't have enough space, but you went for it anyway.
Even
A rejected
hyphenated.
name for tater tots, tater squats, or potato pellets.
That's not a bad name.
Similar
Yeah.
direction.
Titter tats.
Titter tats?
Yeah. I need some titter tats.
Toter Tates.
Potentates.
I
Tater
coded some
tots.
Teeter Tits.
tootin' toots.
Chubby fries.
Hey. That's a good one.
Cheetah boys.
Ed Doobie?
The absolute worst moment for a bird to poop on you. Mouth open to the pouring rain, or when you're trying to poop on it.
Damn. I'd watch that homeless show. It'd be amazing. What would be like the Kama Sutra position of you trying to poop on a bird, but it manages to poop on you?
If you're trying to poop on each other's asses.
So the bird would poop in your ass?
You know,
It's
I
like
think
a
our poops
really
just, like,
big
smoosh
bird.
into each other.
Don't you need to be on a plane? How are you getting above the bird?
Oh, it's on the ground.
Birds don't have to be flying, Nick.
Like a penguin.
Wait, you're telling me they can land?
Yeah, they sleep while flying like shark. Also, there's no plural to shark. It's just
like shark.
Like shark.
Yeah, like shark.
I got points.
You did get points. You actually moved up into 5th.
Oh my god.
From 0.
Oh, baby.
It's really nice that chat keeps reminding us how to play Codenames. Thanks.
A good puck replacement if they run out of... Excuse me. I was reading that. A good puck replacement if they run out of pucks in a game of hockey.
Got it. Easiest answer of my life. Wasn't even hard. When's the last time you guys had tater tots?
Within the last week.
Day.
Yeah.
Really? You guys are up on the tater tot world.
I went to a restaurant and they offered tater tots as an upsold substitution, and I opted in because it's been a good month.
What a baller.
Also, that you can treat yourself on.
A good puck replacement if they run out of pucks in a game of hockey. Libs, just DoorDash some more pucks. Fucks, a Tic Tac, trash, or AOL installation disk.
Yeah. You know, actually, I think I might have an AOL installation disk in my room.
Yeah, you do.
I think I do.
How do you know that, Nick?
They hang around whether you want them or not.
Yeah.
We one time back in the day, we brought like a stack of 50 of them to my church gym and just threw them up in the air and shot them with a BB gun.
Oh, nice.
Many questions. First, church gym.
Church gym, yeah.
Church gym.
Yeah. That's a
Very
pretty-
common thing when you're a Mormon.
Huh.
Every
that's
church
nice.
has a gym in it.
Do you
And a bill.
at mass? Do you work out, or is it like if
like,
you're a,
okay,
if you're a member of the congregation, can you go there for free? Is there a membership fee?
So it's not like weightlifting gym. It's like a basketball court because every single Mormon plays basketball.
Utah
That's
Jazz,
like,
yeah.
it's a weird thing we do. We're all Mormons that play ball, and like you can see like YouTube videos of missionaries that can dunk. Like it's a weird phenomenon.
Okay, secondary question, Bear. Do Mormons also have re-education camps?
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, I was making that as a joke.
I
But
know.
like-
Yeah,
That was too real.
Really.
The one I went to when I was a kid had an actual weightlifting gym, and you ever see Jesus on the crucifix? He's ripped as fuck. And they're like, you gotta be like Jesus, which means be ripped as fuck. So they like lift weights.
He's really more toned. To
Be
honest.
yourself.
He didn't-
He's
I
ripped as
really
shit,
like
dude.
the idea of like jacked missionaries.
Dude, they can fucking, they will dunk on your bitch ass.
Just
Hey, you got a second to talk about the Lord, bro?
You try to close the door, they put their hand in it.
They just punch through.
Christ.
No, but like you got a minute.
You're not doing anything.
Oh man.
Some missionaries came by. Well, they didn't actually come by my house, but they were on my street yesterday.
They're called
And-
sub-missionaries because they make you
Yeah.
submit.
I was gonna invite them in and see if they wanted to play God of War, because I think that's the right thing to do. I think when Mormon missionaries come by, like give them a chance to participate in the real world again. And
Yeah, give them a
stuff that they
sacrilegious video
probably
game.
enjoy. Yeah, I'm serious.
Someone in my chat during God of War was like, how fucked up would it be if, like, in the next God of War game, Kratos just, like, murders Jesus Christ?
I want that. I actually had that same
And I
discussion.
was like, that would be a very bold decision.
He just tears him in half.
crushes his skull with his own crucifix.
Yeah. Through the
That's
eyes.
not overly violent. Kratos does that all the time. He's just like wrecking people with enormous structures.
Oh man. Oh. No bullshit. When me and my friends were younger, we had a bunch of Mormons approach us and say if they beat us in a game of 21, we have to listen to them preach.
That's
and
great.
They beat our ass.
Oh no!
They will
They
too. I'm
hustled you.
serious.
We're not like a normal Mormon. We're like cool Mormons.
We're balling Mormons.
And the thing about church ball too is it's like one of the most violent and vicious
ball.
sports.
I know. I love how
like-
it has its own term. Church ball.
I thought you said it was an ambitious
I totally
sport.
lost my answer here because I was talking about this. But like they get so angry and like you'll hear more curse words in a church ball game than like on a Navy ship. It's ridiculous.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, Austin. You never know when you're gonna need insurance. You could wake up tomorrow and someone crash your car that you rented out, or be fucking dead.
Yeah. Well, then you wouldn't wake up. Right?
I know it's part of the goddamn joke, Rob. Okay.
This is sort of philosophical circular reasoning shit we got.
We don't need to be worried about philosophical circular reason for a goddamn Quip-lash. Mostly it was the F word I thought would get people because that's what I learned from the last round of
I
answers.
mean, you're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Hey, look
there
at
you go.
that.
People love the fuck. Yeah. They,
It wasn't the fuck. It was just better.
That too.
It
Yeah.
was just that I didn't like the person who submitted the other prompt.
Yeah.
Wow. Gee. Take it to the next level, huh?
The wish theme for a pinball machine. Swole Mormons or George Bush mission accomplished. Man, these are actually both really fun to picture.
I knew that.
Like Chippendale style layout, but just Mormon boys wearing shirts and ties.
Boys.
Just really honed in on the word boys.
Yeah, just kind of went right for that one. That's what got you.
Mormon strippers, it's like giving me a weird mental picture of like two extremely white guys who have their shirts tucked in despite not wearing any pants. It's like the
into their
shirt
whitey tighties, right?
into their legs. It's freaking me out, man. Invent a holiday that you think everyone would enjoy. Literally any excuse for a 3-Dow weekend, or try not to.
I voted for that just because it said Dow.
I did as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All about the Dow. Yeah.
I think maybe the Buddhist gods would be better than Christian Jesus for God of War, because there's 8 of them, and there's an actual war god called Begtse from Mongolia. There's also a conqueror of death named Yamantaka. So, like, this feels like the kind of stuff Kratos loves to rip apart.
Does like tearing things.
What
Doesn't Kratos like to rip apart?
8-armed blue elephant? Just go to fucking town.
That's a lot of arms to rip.
I mean, hey, hear me out. If Hinduism and Buddhism are on the table, Christianity should be on the table too.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying it shouldn't be. I just think this is more likely because there's more gods.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's all.
These are
Why
good
are
answers.
geese such jerks? They got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Or have you considered they're having a bad day?
I didn't see that coming. Oh, I'm seeing spots. I breathed in too hard.
Oh, I lost. That's a good one too, though.
Oh, all them teeth.
Yeah, all them teeth and no toothbrush.
What do you
Mama
want your
said-
gravestone to read? He liked to party, or what do you want on your tombstone?
That's really good.
I don't get it, actually.
I don't get it personally.
I don't understand.
Like, you know, how, like when they're naming the baby, it's like, hey, what do you want to name the baby? What do I want to name the baby? All right, that's a weird name, but here you go. That's the name of your baby now.
I was actually just referencing the commercial for Tombstone where they
commercial,
said, what do
yeah.
you want on your tombstone as a pizza?
Oh, I thought that. Okay, so I read it into it completely differently.
Your version's fine, too.
I was with you,
Okay.
man. I was-
Well, to each their own, you know.
we find humor in our own ways.
I'm happy I denied the Quiplash. Because I still haven't been convinced. The explanation didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You're not
like?
the fucking gatekeeper of comedy, okay?
In this case, I am.
Our own damn jokes.
You know what, Bear? When you said "fuck" in that sentence, it made me laugh more.
Yeah, right. It works.
It's now time for round 2. All point values are doubled, including winner bonuses. Just curious, in case like anybody in chat has never seen Quiplash before, I thought I would explain the rules for you.
I mean, I don't think they know what it is, considering none of them are in the voter booth that you need to be in to vote. Go to the thing, join the audience, jackbox.tv. There's a code up there, YHFH. You should type it in.
Okay, I'm gonna be the only one that finds my answer, and I'm excited.
I'm always sad when I answer very quickly, and then I'm like, those weren't that great.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I had so much time.
Yeah, just kill a bunch of frail popes.
Ryan, did you watch Agretsuko yet?
No.
Okay.
Is that the Netflix thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll check
Yeah.
again on Monday when Hafu's here.
She sent me a Skype message last night and said, I'm reminding you to watch Agretsuko by Monday. And I said, I will.
Okay.
I said, I
nice.
will, ha ha ha.
Isn't that last morning for Hafu?
What?
You get it. She wakes up
What?
and then she streams through the night until
What?
it's daylight.
Oh, I didn't get it. The best part about being Donald Trump, eating McDonald's 3 times a day, or the fucking and grabbing.
Probably because this came out like 3 or 4 years ago, didn't it? This Quiplash. They really prepared for the future on this one.
They did.
Oh, we're playing off like the first party pack?
This is 2, I
Second.
think.
2.
Yeah, second
Okay.
party.
Oh,
When
no,
did
I
that
had it on 3.
We've been doing that for like months.
I've been in the wrong category this whole
It has
time.
way better prompts than
Shit.
the third one.
Yeah.
Don't report me.
Yeah,
Chad, you
people-
really let me down on this one.
Hey, the F word. It worked.
People really like that hyena character from that show. I can tell you that much.
Come up with a bad tourism slogan for the Old Faithful Geyser. It fucking blows, or Old Faithful, big loads.
F word's gonna get it.
I got one. I got one. Got at least one.
Hey, you guys heard about the updates to my privacy policy? Would you
Oh,
like an
well,
update?
you're going to need to email those to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and send that out. Yeah, just make sure you're staying informed with my privacy.
Absolutely.
Hey, it's over on the 25th, so a couple more
That's
days.
when I'm gonna get all of them, though, right? Because everyone's pushing it off till
They're-
the last day.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little panicky today, honestly. I got like 5 or 6 of them this morning.
I tweeted a joke about getting those emails, and I had one person who's definitely a European. They tweeted me and were like, sorry, in Europe, we care about something called consumers' rights, which you wouldn't understand as an American.
Wow.
And I was like, wow,
As an American.
amazing. Everything you just said was wrong. You
Dude,
probably
actually,
shouldn't hire a moving company called Steal Yo Shit or Camel Towing.
That's pretty good.
Why would you hire a towing company to move, though?
You've already made your first mistake.
You gotta tell all your camels. So I opened Crusader Kings 2 the other day, and they had a new EULA that was like, hey, yeah, so we're gonna track your location data, purchase history, and it's like, I'm playing a game about,
Yeah.
like, I'm playing a map game. What are you tracking my location data for?
A secret
it's
to
a
being a
map
great
game.
kisser. Teeth, or I'm just gonna let you know, Justin, I was writing more teeth. And more teeth would have destroyed teeth. Like, literally.
I just want to say also, I did camel towing, and that is a real company. So,
Oh, good.
just so you know.
Oh,
Surprising first words for your baby to speak. P equals NP or fuck votes, please.
Don't do it, chat.
What fuck?
Don't do
I have a very bad, overly long, self-indulgent joke I need to do about Rob talking about his end user licensing agreement.
Ooh, okay.
EU, 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 LA. EU is the way you spell it.
Okay, no, I like it, yeah.
And that's enough. It doesn't have to
That's
go
pretty good, yeah.
Ah, it betrayed me. Why? I thought.
Wow.
Sure.
Chat, come on.
A new word for people that drive too slow in the fast lane. God fucking damn it, move you fucking ass fuck shit or snail people.
That's gotta win, right? That's like tripling down on the fuck.
I want to vote for the fuck, but also snail people's.
I love snail people.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a new word either.
It tickles me inside.
It's just two old words.
Yeah, I didn't really read that very well, to be honest.
You got 5 friends that all love you, and you're talking to chat. We're trying to have conversations with you.
It's just I have like a really good brain, and like the conversation here is like the conversation here is doing good stuff, but it's like there's a whole nother like 70%
really gotta
processing power that I could use with chat as well.
Multi-threading.
Exactly.
Would you say you have the best words?
Oh, there it is.
He's got
Not
the-
responding to any
the-
Donald Trump references because my clever Donald Trump answer lost. So I'm abstaining for now.
Squeaky.
Yeah, did a door open or a chair die or
A chair died?
a chair exploded? Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and double down on this
I'm
one.
a stable penis.
Dab on the sinners from Cat is pretty good on Twitter.
Or is it cat dabs?
Cat
Aw,
Drew,
kitty dabs.
dabbing priest.
Does he say dab on the sinners?
Yeah.
Oh god.
You got 1 second. Okay. The worst excuse for showing up late for work. Snail people. No answer. I fucked Donald Trump. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. This isn't actually work, so I'm not late. Or you didn't want to be there.
That's not fair. You can't have snail people. I didn't authorize it.
I gave 3 votes to snail.
Oh, god damn it. You gotta
I'm really
ask.
happy because I beat snail people and now I might win with snail people.
No!
He's perfect. Yo, hang on. No answer is an answer. That is the worst excuse for showing up late.
That would be pretty bad.
That is why I didn't answer. Thank you for realizing.
That's a brilliant move. That's so
How
next
smart I
level,
am.
Justin.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's incredible.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
what if
can't
you're-
vote for it. Well, that's fucked then. All right.
What if your boss just came in to chew you out about being late and you just pretended he wasn't there?
Oh.
You didn't want to be there, got 5 votes. Oh.
Yeah, or you were Darren Brown and you convinced him that you were the boss.
Stacy's the boss. Oh, wait, no. Who's
Better
the boss? Angela? I think Angela's the boss.
Yeah, I've never seen the show because I'm not 100.
Wow.
I haven't seen the show, but I've seen Community, which references the show.
Oh.
Let's go.
Snail people. Extremely big victory.
Yeah.
I really hate that.
Oh man, that's quality.
Have you guys seen Community?
I watched a couple
Loves
of
it.
seasons.
I
On
have
an
not.
airplane once.
Mm-hmm. I like that show quite a
I've
bit.
seen the first few episodes of it.
Mm-hmm.
I also thought it was a good show.
Yeah. I stopped watching after the first season, not because I disliked it, but because I just didn't watch anymore.
You should continue watching it.
I heard it actually kind of goes downhill after the first season.
The first and second season are definitely the best, and then I think it's the fourth season that they like to pretend doesn't exist, actually, because like they thought it was pretty bad too. So yeah, maybe it'd be good like stopping at season 3, but I don't know.
Does it do one of those things where like the main actor left, so one of the supporting cast becomes the main character, but nobody likes them as much as the original main character?
They had Donald Glover, right?
Yeah.
Pardon me. They had Donald Glover, who was a main part of it. He was Troy, and he left, I think, in season 4.
But no, the main character was Joel.
Yeah, but no, he didn't leave. He's in the show the whole time. But like Troy Barnes is like the reason a lot of people watched the show, because it's fucking Donald Glover. And when he left, they brought in the dude from Breaking Bad.
Wait, hold on.
I know, yeah, no, it's quite the turn.
Which guy from Breaking Bad?
Because you can guess which guy from Breaking Bad they brought in. Because
the guy from Breaking Bad implies Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I know, and it's not Bryan Cranston.
Mike Ehrmantraut?
Yeah, it's Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah, Mike Ehrmantraut.
They brought in Mike Ehrmantraut on Community, and it's quite the character for the show. That much I can say.
Contentious opinion, I think Mike Ehrmantraut might be the second coolest character in Breaking Bad.
That is contentious, yeah.
Did you say controversial opinion?
He said contentious.
Fair.
Okay, what were you ready to crucify me over there?
I don't think you can have a contentious opinion about Mike Ehrmantraut unless you're like, he's an old piece of shit.
Wait, is that his name or is that the actor?
No, that's the character.
Everybody loves Mike Ehrmantraut.
Yeah. Well, he's my number one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jonathan Banks. Yeah, that's his name.
The Lost Hemingway book. The old man and the older man, or the old man and the much younger man.
All right, yeah. It's,
I don't think I'm working both of them. It's my favorite book series.
The Man of Various Ages series.
Can this just be a jinx? Can we set an auto jinx?
Vote for a jinx.
Wow, it was very close in voting too.
Oh no! Hey, older man.
Nice.
Hey!
All right, that's older man. Yeah, that's the direction I'm headed. So I like that one.
Come up with the name of a country that doesn't exist. China or Garfield?
Yeah.
Better than
tough one.
Garfield Gina.
Oh yeah, I'm into that.
Ooh.
I don't know why I felt compelled to say just now I want to stuff it in Garfield's Gina. Like, why would I want to say that? What compels me to have that thought?
Yeah. No,
I don't blame you, actually.
Yeah.
I once asked what you would put in a truck, so you know.
This is a literal 50-50.
Oh my god.
Is that possible?
Well, yeah, Rob, if you have an even number and you divide it by
A good sign that you may be a ghost. Got a ghost yet? Or you keep getting busted?
I think it might be a ghost. Hang on, let me check.
I'd like to.
No, definitely. I guess it's a ghost dick.
I'd like to vote for both, please.
Oh man,
This has been a good quip. Been a good round of quippers.
Is voting for both as good as voting for neither?
yes.
I mean, one exercises your right and one doesn't.
Oh, this guy.
Bustin' make me feel good.
That might be the best answer to get Quip-lash. And I know that's my answer, but
Yeah, it was good.
Got a ghost stick. Can ghosts jerk off?
Of course.
Do they have ghost semen?
What do they reproduce to? More ghosts?
Maybe they make more ghosts. Maybe they make a living being.
Every time a ghost fucks, someone dies.
Someone gets
That's what I was gonna
impregnated?
say. Every time a ghost comes, a life is stripped from it. You know, when people were like, "Oh my God, it was so sudden!" Like he was just there, and then he was dead.
And I heard the sound of some ethereal moaning while he died. It was very strange.
So there's no Grim Reaper, there's just some ghost getting their chains rattled.
it was kind of hot, though.
I think it was dead cold.
The real reason the dinosaurs died. gun violence, or they were dumb as hell.
Dude, next round, this would have been Ghost Orgy and Ghost Orgy.
Yeah. So that's actually what the Black Plague was, a ghost orgy.
Yeah, every time a human being busts a nut, it kills a ghost.
Oh my god.
It's an eternal war.
It is the nut warfare.
We're clearly in the lead here.
Yeah, we're crushing it.
How do you know how many ghosts there are?
I mean, if you're busting one nut a day and there's 7 billion people on the planet.
What else does a ghost have to do but bust nuts all day?
That's what you think, fuckers.
We have to talk about video games on the internet.
A good name for a restaurant that serves animals with the faces still on them. Owning the libs or adult animal crackers.
It's been a constant today.
A lot of lib ownership.
Fuck the libs.
The only way to stop a bad ghost with a nut is a good ghost with a nut.
Hell yeah.
This has made me tear up way too many times.
God, I can see Thanos killing a ghost. I hope they remember you.
I still haven't seen Infinity War. But
Spoilers?
Whenever anyone impersonates Thanos, it just sounds like Kylo Ren.
I remember you.
What's that sound like?
It's me, Thanos.
I'm gonna take over the world and stuff.
Oh my god.
He doesn't want to take over the world, Barry. He's a more nuanced villain than that.
I'm gonna take over the whole universe. I'm Thanos.
He's
I've got some serious ambitions.
He has a very particular thing he wants, and he will stop at nothing.
I'm Thanos. I got a big old dick. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my friggin' dick go.
Thanos is actually an old Southern man.
Avengers, man. Stop and bring him dang old balance of the universe, man. I shouldn't have written my first.
Oh boy.
No, it's just really sad. I almost not even like offensive. It's just people are gonna be like, "Oh, that was a really sad story."
Oh man.
That's what the song's about. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Yeah,
it's about the war.
The Great War.
The war that no one knew was being waged.
The nut war rages on in the underworld.
Oh, got it. Okay, that was really cutting it close.
something is not a good idea to put in the overhead bin on an airplane. Snakes or your dog?
Oh yeah, no.
Both true.
Also, yeah.
Yeah,
That happened. Why'd you say that? Man, that was a real thing.
Wait, there was a real thing?
That really happened.
Recently.
It was a, yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't want to even talk about
It's
it.
fine.
We're gonna,
If-
let's turn on a dime.
If all dogs go to heaven,
Oh boy.
is it that those dogs are masturbating to kill the living?
Yeah.
Thanks, Nick.
I'm into it.
No problem.
I'm sick of this. No, hold on. Presenting new ideas. I'm sick of this undertone in the chat that you get to play around with. This is nonsense.
You mean Ryan
type quickly?
Yeah, he's got a whole undercurrent of his own making going on.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's multi-threaded comedy. You wouldn't understand. What Michelangelo said is he chiseled David's penis. Sick or cowabunga? Look at this hog.
Shit, I want to take my vote back.
That's pretty good. Cowabunga.
I voted for sick.
I did too.
I want to retroactively delete the actual artists and replace them with instances of the actual Ninja Turtles in real life.
You mean like Leonardo d'Anchovy?
Sure.
Is that his last name?
The best cure for a hangover: keep drinking until you black out, or a hung under.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, I'm into it.
Love it.
Wouldn't the Ninja Turtles' last name be Splinter?
Who did Splinter fuck to make them those?
Yeah, this was my exact question. Who do you think
April
Splinter
O'Neil?
fucked?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Splinter is a rat.
Yeah, he's right.
How does a newswoman and a rat make turtles?
But he might not be their biological fathers.
Correct.
But he's their adopted father.
There's a chance. I mean, it's not a big one, but
we are talking about turtles that are mutants that have become ninjas, trained by this rat.
The name of a new cologne inspired by celebrity chef Guy Fieri: Bam or Chicane Grise.
Yeah, both are right.
Yeah.
You gotta respect like the legwork that goes into finding the Exante goop key.
you had to Google it, right?
Yeah.
Or did you just like go with the alts plus letter combo that you somehow know?
I gotta say though, Bam is not his word.
I know,
It's
that's Emerald Lagasse.
emeralds.
Yeah, Emerald Lagasse.
That is the joke, yes.
Okay.
It's wrong though. Is Emerald Lagasse is the one who says Bam.
Do you know about Emerald, Rob?
He says, "Let's kick it up a notch."
Yeah.
I've never heard of this guy.
So I can't vote for it because it's factually inaccurate. So
That's weird.
You understand?
please try to fact check next time before this makes it.
That is indeed the joke. Yep. That's you guys nailed it.
Just, check next time.
What Smokey the Bear does when he's not fighting forest fires: smokes weed or cucks libs.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Nice.
Bam.
So, we would be libs.
Yes.
Are they cons?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying we need
Conses?
Cons.
Cons? No,
What are you
put the
saying?
letter in there. Why the fuck do you have the V?
Well, I mean, otherwise you don't know what you're talking about. Because if you're talking about cons, then you're thinking about ex-cons.
This is a great.
Hold on there. I would think about current cons, not ex-cons. 3 things MacGyver needs to make a bomb: an orange, a car engine, and a liter of ghost cum, or alcohol, a woman, and a bomb.
I don't want to vote for that one, even though mine.
Shit, I didn't
Wait.
vote.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't start out as humans?
No, they were turtles. They stepped into the radioactive ooze. And
I thought they were
became-
humans that walked into the ooze and turned into turtles.
No.
It's pretty
that'd
fucked
be way
up. You think
cooler,
that there's like 4 parents out there, 4 sets of parents looking for their kids? They don't know their kids got turned into crime-fighting turtles.
I thought they gave up looking.
That's the plot to Stranger Things, I think.
They only look for like 48 hours and it's a cold case and they're dead.
And they also all named their children after
Didn't
Renaissance painters.
Yeah, well, they took the names. They took the names after the fact. Didn't you watch Stranger Things?
I just said that, goddamn.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you.
God.
A new slang for impotence.
Oh man, Bam, dude.
You guys don't get the music, but
I liked it. Can you do it some more?
okay, give me a sec.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, in the German Empire in like 1835, a bunch of like, teenagers fuck into polka music?
Mm-hmm. I think about it constantly.
Why wouldn't that be normal?
Oh, Fraulein, put on some music to set the mood.
Dude, the Germans fuck, man. They fuck.
Germans fuck.
I think sometimes, like, what different cultures have the most sex, I think Germans are up there past, maybe the French are ahead of them.
Sad boy noodle.
A new slang for impotence. Importance, fully cumped out. Ryan, a hang under, limpy dimp, or sad boy noodle.
SADBOYS.
I'm sorry, sir. It's unfortunate, but you've got a case of sad boy noodle. We'll have to take medication and get you sorted out.
Oh my god.
It's a rare case. You've got a very sad noodle,
Yeah.
boy.
I'm so thankful I've never had sad boy noodle.
Yeah.
You know what a sad boy noodle is called in Japan?
No, what?
Don't. Nah, man.
Oh,
Because it's like, nah, man.
Okay.
You can't get it up.
Yeah,
Nah, man noodles.
I gave you the chance to get out, but
I mean, you know.
We had such a good show, and then he had to say that shit at the end.
I can tell the Kratos joke again.
An impotent Kratos walks into a Japanese noodle hut.
Kratos is never impotent. Watch your tone, boy.
Oi, sad boy noodle.
Don't try to get hard, be hard.
Oh man! Oh no! That's like
I don't like this anymore.
probably already a comic on the internet. And I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I wasn't really considering context when I said that. Sorry. I'm really making missteps today.
I think last week when I was on here, I pretty much just said "fuck young boys" or something like that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
You did do that, yeah.
That'll happen.
You say, yeah, like we've gone for so long without having these slip-ups. I think maybe we're just sort of letting them go under the bridge really quick.
Did my sad boy noodle win?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the show forever now. Let's pimp our channels. Why don't we start with Justin?
Hi, HCJustin. You can find me at twitch.tv/HCJustin and also on YouTube and Twitter if you add another N to the end of it. And I stream every day at completely chaotic times at the moment. And I'll still be streaming tonight for a bit. I was going to ask Austin if you want to play Fortnite for an hour. Maybe
No. But Austin won't reply to you.
On the spot, damn.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being here. How about you, Austin? What are you doing that's so important after this?
You know, I actually have a funeral to go to, Ryan, so that's pretty...
Oh,
I don't. I just wanted you to feel bad for
Oh my god!
Pig swings.
I'm actually going to play Fortnite with Justin, I think, so...
Oh, shit.
Oh, the turnaround!
You think of that as a funeral? Wow.
Oh, damn.
Buzzer beater!
Four-turn swing.
Yeah, okay. How about you, BaerTaffy?
I'm going to play God of War Infinity too.
Hi, I am BaerTaffy. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Download my rap EP. It's
Do it.
great. It's actually pretty good, I think.
It
I
is.
like it.
It is actually.
out.
Yeah, it's very good.
Bandcamp.com. There you go. Download that. And yeah. Wow. My God, man. You gotta ease off. This is
That's
very
a good
personal.
story.
It's not a good story. You know that. Being in this industry so long. That's a damning score.
That's a music 7, not a
I'll
game
never
7.
make it out of this industry with a 7. Come on, you got to give me some support here.
Jeez.
The White Album.
Yeah,
is
you
a
can
7.
go ahead.
Playing Tekken in my basement.
You know it.
Yeah.
I'm done. You can go to the next person.
Oh, you're a BaerTaffy fan? Name 3 of his EPs. How about you, Robert?
Yeah, I'm Rob, also known as AlpacaPatrol. You can find me at AlpacaPatrol everywhere. Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Also discord.gg/AlpacaPatrol. Movie night on Saturdays. Come by for this coming Saturday's movie night. It'll be a fun time. probably put another like 80s or 90s movie on the poll because I got a couple in the tank ready to go.
Oh, Back to the Future.
Ooh. Oh yeah, dude, we should. That'd be amazing. Dude, actually, last movie night, somebody came into my chat and it's like, yeah, you're actually competing because another streamer is streaming Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring right now.
Oh my god.
We were winning though, right?
I think so, yeah, funnily enough. But anyway, yeah, and I've also been doing some Unity Playmaker tutorial streams, which means I'm not giving you a tutorial, I'm watching a tutorial and learning along. So it's been fun.
I like Corey's idea for me here for EP titles. The first one that I'll put it out after this is Bear, which, you know, very self-reflective. And then after that, I'll release an EP called That Was Bear.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
You know, just really hammering the point home about the first one.
Uh-huh. And then what's the third one?
The third one will be Bear is No More.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought it was
real deep.
Goodbye,
man,
Bear.
like real deep.
But then you come back and the bear is back, you know?
Yeah.
And then
back to Bear.
And
Barely breathing.
Yeah, a whole bunch of bear puns after that.
Okay, and then the fifth one would be all of those four other ones were also bear. So you just, you just debate them after the fact.
I remain Bear to this day. All right, yeah, you go ahead. Sorry.
Bear. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas, how about you?
How come funerals are never at night?
Because you can't
Probably
see where the
depressing,
hole
right?
is.
Yeah.
Well, no, like what I'm thinking is.
Oh my god! Did you just say because you can't see where the hole is?
I meant where the hole in the ground when you bury him, Rob.
Oh my god! It's horrible.
All right. Also, don't feel bad that Ryan gave you a 7 because Jim Sterling gave Breath of the Wild a 7, and that's a pretty decent game.
How dare he?
How dare he? Hey, I'm Rock Lee Smile. You can come here on twitch.tv/Rock Lee Smile if you want to follow my stuff. Feel free to click that button, or if you want to follow me on Twitter for silly tweets like that fantastic one that you all retweeted. Thank you. You can do that too. I'm going to talk to Lynn for a minute and see what's up, and maybe we'll stream a little bit after the show. If you want to stop by, I will see you soon.
Sweetie gonna hang up on you.
That's all. Now what's a hook wing? Then we can stop thinking. Look at that, man. And some fiction that shoulder. I like sushi because I never touch a frying pan. I like what's up with the bus drive. You like the end run because I'm all about value. Bird campers got the mad hits. You try to match wits. You try to hold me, but I bust through. Got a bigger chicken like getting instant. You can do like vanilla. It's fine into the flavors. Gonna see the show because you know the bird to go is gonna grow because it's so dangerous. You'll have to sign a waiver. I can happen if I think you're funny when you're mad. Try not in the file. I love you, man. I'm gonna get a baby.
Okay. I was gonna wait until it ended. I gave you the whole time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.